Do, 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 do. All right, I think we're good. I think we are good. What's up, guys? How are you? How are you? Thanks, bro, for everything. I got you. What's up, Jay Rubio? So hard to open. What's up, Empress? How are you? Marija, what's up? What's up? How did you become so knowledgeable? I just pay attention, honestly. I don't, everyone has access to this information. Just got to go within. What's up, Moose? It's like, what's up, Moose? Did someone put a message saying, yeah, oops, crazy. What's up, Rambo? DT. I'm doing amazing. Woke up this morning. Grateful for that. Another day to get it right. Do I speak Dutch? Nah. Do you want to teach me? Your posts really make me feel like I'm not alone. I got you, Fire Princess. DT, I am. Appreciate the heart, man. Is that liquid vitamins you added to your water? Electrolyte pack. I gotta stay hydrated or it'd be hard to think. What's up, High Vibrations? How's your day? Thank you for the lives. It's pretty good, Tina. What about yours? Ahmad, I don't know a number I can really put to it. I will say that it's a lot. It's a lot more than people think. And it's crazy you even put that message because before I got on here, I just recorded a G-Stalker video. I'm debating if I want to upload it or not. Well, stuff's still standing. How are you? Right back at you, Celestial. Hope your day is well. Right back at you. Strange and nice too. That's crazy. Absolutely love you and your beautiful messages. Truly, I appreciate you. Thank you, Amanda. Appreciate the support. Brother, do you get downloads every single day? Nice to see you too. Hey, if you guys are in here and you guys fast, how long do you guys like fast for? Or like, what is your schedule? I've been playing around with my schedule. I've been changing it up. Now I'm eating between 10 to 2. So I'm gonna see how that goes. Can you start saving TikTok lives? Hey, everyone in here, I start now. This is my second time doing it. but now I go live on TikTok and YouTube. So if you miss the lives, just go to my YouTube and you'll be able to see it. You do 24-hour fast. How often do you do that? In 20 hours per day? I feel it. My longest fast has been 3 days. Oh, Joshua, that's amazing. Yeah, the clarity you get from a fast is undefeated. Most of my videos I drop be in a fasted state. Like I fast, and then when I'm at the peak of a fast, like I'm able to think about like what to make a video on. If I make a video like right after like I ate a lot, that video is not going to do well. Amanda, appreciate you. Thank you. Your mom is a Jezebel. Yeah, a lot of our parents got raised in very hostile environments. So I'd be having empathy for them, but don't let it blind you to the fact that your parents can be actual demons that's trying to traumatize you. So if you know that is the case, have boundaries if you want to keep them in your life, or if you need to, just go no contact. Kiera, appreciate the follow. They don't want to grow, let it go. Facts. And a lot of people, especially like the older generation, they're stuck in a fixed mindset. I feel like no matter what age you're at, you should always strive to learn and get better. When people just start thinking they know it all and don't want to grow anymore, those individuals get pretty dangerous because they start operating out of ego. And if you do anything that triggers said ego, they'll start attacking you. Hey, still standing. Appreciate that. Thank you. Do you go into silence to get them downloads? Yeah, I fast and I meditate. So I'm up to like meditating like 3 times in a day. Anytime like I'll drop a video, I try to like record in bulk, but if for some reason I can't, I'll meditate like right before doing a video. What's up, Amanda? You already know. I learned that they will attack you when you still. I don't think I'm getting that. Oh, you're just agreeing to what I said earlier. I get you. How common is destiny swapping? More common than you would think. A lot of people that are destiny swapping don't even know that they're doing it. Just pay attention to the biggest indicator is how was your life going after that person entered into your life? Did your life start going downhill when this person entered into your life? Or did it start getting better? Appreciate the heart, man. 124th viewer. Videos are uplifting and your wisdom resonates. Appreciate you, Rob. And do you sit down or lie down when meditating? And what time of day do you meditate? I used to because I used to be very lazy like back in the day. I used to wake up, like I'll wake up as soon as I open my eyes, I'll just put my hands together and start meditating. Now I used to fall asleep doing that. So I'm like, yo, let me get up. So I'll get out of my bed, I'll go sit in the corner somewhere, and I would just meditate for an hour. Every day I get up at 4 a.m. So I'll meditate from like 4 a.m. to 5 a.m. Down to a midday meditation. And then I'll do a meditation like right before I go to sleep. Someone said, how long do you meditate? Answered you right there. You believe you helped your family lineage to free themselves from the Jezebel spirit. That's amazing. Uh, W to you, honestly. You so blessed, brother. Appreciate it. Do I watch anime? What's my fave? I like Naruto. I don't want to say I watch it consistently present day, but if I do, I'll just rewatch like Naruto episodes or JJK. What's up, Dakani? Yeah, Dragon Ball Z is pretty fire too. So is Destiny Swapper similar to Energy Vampire? Hey, so everyone in here, all these spiritual warfare enemies that we talk about, at their base, they're just an energy vampire. Now, how they take your energy, they do it in different ways. That's why there's like different names for them. There's a narcissist, the succubus, monitoring spirits, but they're all energy vampires that are just trying to drain you of said energy. Amanda, I was just thinking about that today. Definitely something I want to do in the coming future. It would be cool to meet you guys in person. Do 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 do. What does fasting do for you as far as you getting downloads from spirit? So, like you said right there, downloads, and also it gives me clarity. It raises my frequency like while I'm on the fast. So even if you're like a high vibrational individual, being at the peak of your fast puts you pretty high, where it's very hard for like a demon to like really do anything to you like while you're in a fasted state. For one, your discernment will be off like times 10, like while you're in a fasted state. So you can see through like the manipulative stuff that people be trying to do. And I guarantee to like while you're in that fasted state, demons don't want to try you, honestly. It's like a repeller for them. Love from Atlanta. What's up? You fast every day? What's your schedule? Wild card, they can, but that's only if you allow it. Like a lot of people don't know how strong they are in the astral realm, which they allow that to happen. But if you're conscious of it, especially if you go to sleep in a fasted state, they won't be able to do that. Reposted live for me. I appreciate it. Everyone, Agent Smiths, Archons are just people that's like still within the Matrix. So if you guys watch the Matrix movie, that does a good job of breaking down this stuff like in like real life. But Agent Smiths are people that's still a part of the system, and the program that they're running under can make them turn on you at any point. So you got to be careful talking about this awakened stuff to people of the system, because their spell is going to activate and they're probably going to tell you, you're crazy. You don't know what you're talking about. Stop spreading to be it. That's just them trying to like ostracize you. And if they could convince you that you're crazy, maybe you will be less confident to talk about these things. And then you will be less likely to wake up other people. And I'm pretty sure that's what a lot of you guys went through when you first woke up. Danae, exactly. They will fight you to protect their facts. Yeah, these Agent Smiths are trying to protect the same system that is draining them. Very weird. If you guys want to test it, if any of you guys are working a 9 to 5 currently, go to your job and tell someone in your 9 to 5, like, we don't need to work a 9 to 5. We can make our own money. Like, start talking like that and see how they treat you. They'll probably start looking at you sideways or start to get jealous or something. They will start attacking you. Fasting from people, places, and things. I like that. Like a dopamine detox, right? The fact that the fact that I do social media, like I got to do dopamine detox, because social media can get pretty overstimulating if you never disconnect. So there be times like I gotta. That's why like I bought a second phone as well. So like I have like all the social media stuff on one phone, and then sometimes like I'll just like put that phone in my car and just kind of disconnect from that stuff and just try to be in like in silence. Zena, thank you, appreciate it. We all want off the hamster wheel, facts. Appreciate the heart, me. What's up, Kyoto? It's been a minute. How are you? You've been isolating for 10 years. Now what? Say yay. Sounds peaceful. Now, as for the question of now what, you got to tell me. It's your life. You got to follow the intuitive downloads. What's up, Jenny? What's good? Donica, what's good? What's good? How you been? I'm good. It's been very calm. Love that for you, because every time I talk to you, it's like these demons have been hunting you down. So I'm glad you're able to find some like peace right now. People are so fake. I get so sick and tired of the mask. It's crazy out here. I'm not gonna lie to you. A lot of people are fake. A lot of people are playing games. People are playing games when you probably don't even know they're playing the game. And if you kind of even I give off that you know they're playing the game, they will make you the issue. It's like it's very crazy. Foxy, appreciate the repost. Sister, appreciate it. Franny, appreciate the follow. Love that, Kyoto. Can I please ask you, how do you keep toxic people away from you at work? You guys be seeing my content. I'd be suggesting not to work at all. If you guys believe you don't really need a job, if you want to be at that job and try to figure it out, though, boundaries. When I would work, I wouldn't talk to anybody. I just went in there, made my money, and go home. I don't think it's wise to try to make friends with people at the workplace. Christopher, facts. Peace out. I never thought I would enjoy meditation and quiet so much. Hey, I was the same way. I remember when I even found out meditation was a thing. I'm like, people do this? They just sit in silence. And the fact that I thought that showed how programmed I was, because I thought I always had to be stimulated with something. But as with everything, I built the habit and it just got easier over time. Give them the hand. Exactly. Any advice for you? What is your question? How long have I been making videos like this? Probably 6 months. Altogether, probably like last year, like March. They get upset at me because I stay to myself in my job. They try to destroy my peace. Hey, but figure this. Check this out. How you are, your energy, you're gonna have problems regardless. You can go in there, you can be the most extroverted, you're gonna have issues. You can stay to yourself, they'll still try to destroy your peace. But I'd be saying, at least if you stay to yourself, they can't really destroy you as like much or mess with you as much as if they know stuff about you. Angelina, appreciate the follow. Where do I live? LA, California. Cosmic, glad that you're here. Care Bears reporting in. What's up, Eric? I'll be liking your comments. You be dropping some very entertaining comments. She has many in Pittsburgh fooled. 444 as soon as I looked at the clock. Wally, appreciate the rose. I met someone and they reminded me of someone in my past, and they were the same sign. Energy vamp, probably. I be telling you guys, if you guys want to know if you're dealing with the energy vampire, just pay attention to how you feel. If you feel drained when you're talking to this person, anxiety, overthinking, there's a good chance you're dealing with the energy vampire. No one around you should make you feel confused, like it make you feel like angry or like all these negative type of emotions. And that's what Jezebels will do to you. Jezebels, narcissists, their job is to keep you in a constant state of confusion. Hey, appreciate that. Thank you, Beyond Rubies. But yeah, if you're around somebody and like you're constantly questioning yourself, like, is it this? Did I see this the right way? I don't know. I'm gaslight. That's a narcissist, like straight up. The people that's supposed to be around you, they're not going to have you feeling that way. And if there's any confusion, they will be glad to give you clarity. It's just a lot of you guys be running into people that like they want control over connection. So they'll manipulate and do whatever they can to keep that control. Hey, Laura, I completely understand you. Clarity is key. They always ask questions but never want to answer a question as well. That's a huge signal. Facts. Narcs do this thing called like what's it called? They don't like to take accountability, so they do this thing called a pressure flip. So if they ask you a question, if you ask them a question and they answer that question with the question, that's called a pressure flip. Some people use it in a good way. Narcs use it to keep you in a state of like you remain in their frame, if that makes sense. ChatGPT is a master manipulator. Salty, appreciate the cherry. You said a lot that's been so true to my situation. That's what I'm here for, guys. 222 people in the YouTube. But yeah, I'm here to kind of bring clarity to you guys. And the thing is, you guys be knowing what's up, but I think it helps when someone is on a video saying that back to you, someone that could kind of like articulate it. But you guys be like sensing something's off, you guys be seeing it, but they be like lying to you, gaslighting, doing plausible deniability. So it makes it kind of hard for you guys to like trust what you are seeing. Confirmation because we gaslight ourselves. Yeah, one thing about this journey, guys, do not gaslight yourselves. You guys have discernment for a reason. Make sure you use it. Your videos always help me all the time. I appreciate you saying that. Gainer, appreciate the follow. Warlock had me spinning in circles for a while. Hey, your first warlock that you deal with, you always remember that person because when you start seeing through this stuff, it's kind of unbelievable that someone's actually moving that way. When you grew up genuine, you don't really play these games that like other people are playing. When you actually see someone trying to implement like some like manipulation tactic on you, it's just insane that it's happening in real time. Because also too, they think you don't really see what's going on. So when you see beyond the veil and they're doing it, it just seems like a little kid that is trying to trick you or something. Narcissists always downplay your achievements. Yes, to keep you in a state of like lack. And if you're in a state of lack, you're going to be chasing that other person. So narcs don't want you to be confident because if you become confident, you will realize that you're not supposed to be around this person and you will leave them. So if someone is doing that, you should probably get away from them. Do they know they're a warlock? A lot of them don't. A lot of this is like very subconscious behavior, or they are like manipulating, doing witchcraft without even knowing that they're doing witchcraft. What's up, Tessa? What's good? Socks, appreciate the follow. Infinite abundance, you tell me. Read like 36-hour dry fast. How often do you do that? Narcs don't have real confidence either. Yeah, it's all fabricated. They have very fragile egos. They try to project like they're most confident in the room, but if you point out any one of their insecurities, they will start freaking out. I don't be doing anything now. They come to me knowing what they're doing when I just mind my business. Hey, everyone in these chats, how many of you guys feel like you get targeted even though you mind your business? Like all the enemies you have in your life is not enemies you seeked out. It was just people that you was minding your business and they tried to recruit you for some type of game. If that is the case with you guys, drop ones in the chat. Ones in the chat. Spiritual, I truly do appreciate that. Thank you. Hey, appreciate the galaxy. Thank you. Thank you. You guys are going crazy. I really appreciate it. I think I saw someone in here that I know. So give me a second. And I was right. What's up, Amor? How are you? I'm too chill for all the attention. What's up, Paulette? What's good? Alma, appreciate the rose. But yeah, everyone putting ones in the chat. That's how it be. These Jezebels, these demons, beyond appreciate that. They don't like you at peace. If you are happy, you are, they see that as like an insult to them because also too, they weren't able to figure it out when you guys probably had the same resources. You are still being happy where they're BT, appreciate that. So these demons are going to target you because they just want to steal your happiness. And that's why you guys have to get very good and not reacting to the stuff that they be doing. Amor, appreciate the rose. Thank you. Miserable needs company. Exactly. What's up, daughter? So I literally get afraid to smile and show happiness. I had a point in my life like that because I remember I was the type I would like always like to let people know about my accomplishments, like friends and family members. And then when I had like everyone around me that anytime I would do that, they would get jealous. They would try to sabotage. I had a period in my life when I would be on. Thank you. You sent me 3 galaxies. I really appreciate it. But yeah, I had a moment where I didn't want to open up to anybody and let them know what I got going on because I never really had support. But I still don't do it. But now it more so comes from a place of like, I understand how this warfare be working. Beyond, thank you, thank you. Hey, W Beyond in the chat, guys. He is going crazy. Your account is my life story. How do you do it? I meditate and I fast a lot. Darvo me and get me done. Hey, another question to the chat. Like, even though you guys understand what Darvo is, so you understand that they will accuse you of doing what they're doing and they will say that you are what they are. When it happens to you, do you guys still get confused? Like having that knowledge, you still be looking at them like there's no way they're doing this right now. Because a lot of this like gaslighting stuff is the psychology is like say something so dumb that they don't think I would actually say that. And it just throws you off because you're like, this, there's no way this could be happening right now. Got yeses in the chat. Yeah, you guys gotta like watch out for that. Definitely disturbing. You guys will like hit a frequency where you are the reflector. And that basically means that whenever someone accuses you of something, just like Alfredo said, they're just projecting onto you. Jody, appreciate it. Sometimes, like, I don't even be discerning somebody because I don't really be paying attention to them like that. But then after they accuse me of something, I'm like, oh, that's what's going on. That's probably what you are. Like, I don't really care to even figure it out with some people. And they kind of be snitching on themselves when they kind of expose their way of thinking with some type of accusation. What's your fasting schedule? I just changed it. So right now I eat between the hours of 10 to 2 and I fast like the rest of the time, like 20 hours. Huh, is that what you think? Facts. Nowhere. I would change my number if I was you, honestly. A lot of you guys, when you get to a certain part in your journey, you guys got to get very careful of giving your numbers out to certain people and just who you give access to because you could end up having like a stalker or something. How long is the journey? In what sense? Dancing with nature. Appreciate the follow. D appreciate the follow. When I was young, I had no idea what was going on. Yeah, a lot of us was like that. We just thought that everyone thought like us, had the same soul as us. And then as you got older and you went through enough humiliation rituals, you start seeing that, oh no, me, us and these people think a whole lot differently. If you could read these people's minds, you would hear all the sadistic things that they be saying and stuff like that. So once you come to that realization, it's a lot easier to maneuver in life. Eric, exactly. Are you live on Instagram too? Everyone in here, I'm live on YouTube and TikTok. If you guys want to rewatch this stream later, just tap into my YouTube. And yeah, Andrea, appreciate the follow. You slowly get used to duality. Acceptance is key. Exactly. Once I started practicing radical acceptance, my life got a whole lot better. Grow, appreciate that. Abide, appreciate the follow. Did you go through a twin flame awakening? Not what started my first awakening, but I had something like that. Um, because I consider like I've only had two spiritual awakenings, and I consider the awakenings to be like the very big ones. But I did have like a lot of epiphanies dealing with a twin flame. Radical acceptance, that sounds crazy. That just means just accepting just accepting everything. That doesn't mean you have to be like okay with it, but accepting this is your reality will make it a lot better than trying to fight what you are seeing. It also makes it easier to see people for who they are because a lot of people want to ignore reality and see the good in people and end up getting stuck in limerence. So once you practice radical acceptance, you're like, oh, this is how this person is, and just leave it at that. MP, appreciate the follow. Lady and Raul, appreciate the gifts. Yeah, Ascendi, facts. And as I always be saying, if you guys went through that twin flame journey, I know how hard that was. It is not for the weak. It will definitely make you love yourself, though. If you can survive a twin flame journey, you will definitely have that self love. What's up, Nowhere? What's good? Jen, appreciate the heart, man. I think you just became a member, Nowhere. And if you have, welcome to the team. Who appreciate the gift. Another live back to back. What's the topic? Normally, I just do like Q and A's, like on spiritual warfare. So if you guys like have any questions, go ahead and ask, and I will try my best to answer. You know how attackers watch these videos too. Unfortunately, hey, I already be knowing. My biggest goal in the future is to just get me a farm and be away from it all. But this is what I'm called to do, and sharing the truth is not easy because the ones that are doing the toxic stuff, they will hate that and they will attack you for saying the truth. What's up, G? What's good? Jody, appreciate the gift. Thank you. Rocky and Akir, appreciate the follow. Yeah, farm in a beach house would be amazing. Me too, but they'll get jealous of that too. Wait, what you mean? Miss Denise, appreciate that. Thank you. T, that reminds me of Michael Jackson. I appreciate the heart, me. Right back at you, Gibson. Yeah, Patriots. So when it comes to the spiritual warfare, narcs are being used to try to keep other people down here, stuck in the reincarnation cycle. If a narcissist doesn't figure it out, they will just end up reincarnating. And a lot of people sometimes say they don't get their karma. They do be getting their karma. You probably just don't be seeing it. But if you want a for sure, like, did they get their karma? That's kind of like their ultimate karma of having to repeat this life. You will not doubt yourself anymore. And I love that for you. Like I'll be saying, guys, don't gaslight your intuition. It will lead you down a very dark path. Battles will still find you, even remote facts. Will be a lot less than being in the mix, though. Monitoring spirits are just spirits that are trying to sabotage you. They get information about you and take it back into the spiritual realm to sabotage you. Sometimes it could be as like them even getting information to go back to a narcissist to tell them so they can ruin your life even more. Flying monkeys, you'll notice a lot of them are like minions. So you probably get into it with the narcissist. You're like, all right, I'm done with this Jezebel. I'm out of their life. And the next thing you know, this flying monkey comes around and they have different methods of trying to get that information from you. If you're someone that just talks and you don't really care who you're talking to, they don't really have to manipulate you. But if you're tight lipped, you're not saying anything, they will literally study how you are and figure out what they need to do to get that information from you. If they know that you are extroverted, you are, they'll basically like mirror your personality back. And once they do that, next thing you know, you're just talking to them and you don't even know what's going on. And all we doing is God's works, facts. Carry pigeons, exactly. How do you cope when these people are your family, mom, dad, and brother? Appreciate the heart meme. I say boundaries. If you do want to still keep these people in your life, something that will help you is understanding that they don't even know what they're doing. It's like the demon behind them, and that can make you love them from. You could love them from a distance. When you are around them, you can kind of limit the time that you are around them. And some people just go no contact. I'm not saying you got to go that extreme, but it is an option. Yeah, I get what you're saying, Hermit, but yeah, flying monkeys can sometimes intertwine with being a monitoring spirit as well. Sometimes people can have multiple spirits within them. What's up, Wanda? What's good? You let people know who they are? Ah, man, I don't recommend that. You start telling people what they are, they start freaking out. They start like malfunctioning and stuff like that. Chevy, appreciate the follow. I had to go no contact from all family except my two children, and I'm pretty sure like life is like a lot more peaceful for you. Don't think that just because people are like your family guys, you got to stay around them. A lot of these people aren't even your real family. They're like your karmic family. They're just there to kind of teach you a lesson, and you need to learn or be able to discern when it's time to move on. You can only call them out if you are ready to leave them behind. Facts. That's when they become enemies. Facts. Having family members go from like, or actually a lot of times too, like I want to say they go to enemies, but the whole time they were your enemy. You just wasn't really able to tell. A lot of family members want to sabotage you in secret, very covertly. And then when you kind of separate, now they're a lot more comfortable with making it known that they never liked you in the first place. Jasmine and Yaku, appreciate the follow. Some are here to call them out. I feel it. What's up, Khalik? Triggered when exposed. And that's the thing about this journey. Uh, you just trigger people. It's like you can't really be out there and just like trying to enjoy the world as like normal other people because as soon as you start talking to somebody, they just start getting triggered. It doesn't even have to be you trying to expose them or something. You might be trying to have a normal conversation. You 2 minutes in, you say the wrong thing. Now they're triggered. Now they're attacking you. You start seeing people get possessed like in real time. It's crazy. Hey, Love Star, I feel that. People mad because they can't set me up. And it's hilarious. Once you start to get discernment and you start to see like how sneaky people are, if you don't allow them to like manipulate you, they get very angry. Uh First they get angry that you were even able to see them because by seeing them you kind of expose them in real time and now you're able to see beyond their mask and stuff like that. And then offended because you're not allowing it to like affect like to like get to you. So uh if you ever are in a situation like that, they'll probably start spazzing out on you, start calling you all these different names because you're not allowing them to manipulate you. Smokey, appreciate the follow. So you say something or just be quiet. It depends on the situation. Sometimes it's best to kind of play dumb because then people just expose themselves. A lot of times you don't really have to do anything. Sometimes you do gotta say something. Like you gotta set a boundary or something and let them know, like, I see what you're doing. Ignoring them is funny. Yeah, they start like malfunctioning in real time. I got you, Bobby. Psycho, appreciate the follow. Archons is the propaganda that they put over society. The Agent Smiths are like the people. Archons is this invisible influence that they tell you to keep you still stuck in the matrix. One big one is the idea that you got to eat 3 meals a day. In reality, eating 3 meals a day can keep your frequency low. Uh, Fasting is very powerful. That's all I'm saying about that one. Jay, I got you. They try to hide their hatred. When you get to like a certain point too, it's like people can't even hide how they feel about you. A lot of monitoring spirits will act like they love you. They will, before they talk to you, they will tell in their heads like, "Hey, let me put on my best performance." They'll smile in your face. They'll congratulate you. They will hype you up. But then when you get to a certain frequency, you can see beyond that. You can see like, oh, this person doesn't like me at all. Oh, this person is actually preying on my downfall, this and that. And when you first unlock that, it's going to be very confusing because you're going to think like, why are you thinking this? Like, am I just being paranoid? Whole time they are plotting on you. Man, what about the one that always puts you down? That's okay. So that's how messed up this spiritual warfare is and how messed up people are. If you're around friends that's constantly putting you down, a lot of people normalize that, but that's not normal. You got to think about yourself. Like when you guys are around people, are you guys like trying to like humble people? Are you guys trying to put them down? Nah, you guys are out there uplifting people, supporting them, saying good job. A friend that like is just like constantly joking on you or like trying to do humiliation rituals, that's not a normal thing. And I will get away from that person if I was you. Damn, nowhere. I'm sorry you're going through that. Won't leave me alone, burying photos in cemeteries. Hey, these people get very obsessive. Like it's very the things you're gonna see on this journey of like when someone gets obsessed with your energy, they go to crazy lengths to like keep themselves like in your attached to your story. I turn my shine off for their sake. In certain situations, it's wise to do that. Like if you're working a 9 to 5. However, if you don't have to, I don't suggest like dimming your light. Any connection at all. Facts. Uh pipeline. I appreciate it. It's hard to believe in people. Yeah, this new generation. Well, I haven't lived in the other generations, but I can say my reality. It is very hard to believe in people. You get betrayed one too many times, you start looking at people a little bit differently. You're like, all right, what's this one gonna be? Delivery jobs are good for introverts. Facts. Also, I heard truck driving. Truck driving is pretty cool if you want a job where you don't have to be around people. And if you guys are walking this path, you can't really be around a group of people for too long. That's why I'd be suggesting if you guys want friends, I'm not saying you don't have to have any friends. Some of you guys have went down that path like, nah, I'm gonna stay away from all people. But if you do want friends, I suggest one or two, three max. Being in a group of friends, you never know what you're gonna get. Uh Misread that one. You keep it limited. Facts. That's what you got to do. Betrayal doesn't phase me anymore. 90% of people are fake. Yeah, you get to a point where like sometimes I be thinking to myself like, why am I not really bothered by this? But that's what God was doing the whole time, like preparing you so you can be strong and not really like be affected by these things. Sometimes people will betray you and they're waiting for the reaction because they're very sadistic. And then when someone betrays you and you're able to walk away very easily, they start getting mad. They're like, why aren't you crying? Why aren't you doing this? Uh it will be you will get that a lot with like honey traps. Honey traps come into your life, the Jezebel, succubus, they come into your life to like just destroy your path and like throw you off. So the fact that they can do that and you're just like, oh, okay. And you still go about your day and still do you, that drives them insane to the point where you guys be reversing these spells out there. So they come trying to do the weird stuff. You don't get affected by it. And now they're chasing you. But at that point, you no longer want to be around them. It's not that I'm nonchalant, I'm getting away at facts. People will also shame you for like I just said, they'll shame you because they did something to you and you was like unaffected by it. They'll say you're heartless or you're this. You're like, it doesn't mean that you didn't care about the person. You didn't see them as a friend, a lover, or anything like that. It just means that you're able to detach pretty easily. You do feel it. Don't get it wrong, but you don't. You're not really ruled by your emotions. A new beginnings. I completely understand you, 100%. How many of you guys have like went through that? I think I just made a video about this, but uh, you realize you're dealing with like a demon. That one person said a warlock, so you probably know you're dealing with the warlock, and then you gotta like think to yourself, like, man, you're only left with two options. Like one, you cut them off and you got to go to war with this person, or two, you keep them in your life and they stay like starting to traumatize you and playing all these different games. So it's like damned if you do, damned if you don't. And a lot of you guys decide to cut off the person, and then you got to go through this whole war of them targeting you, stalking you, turning people against you. And I'm telling you, these people will stalk you like crazy. Like they will they will find out who you are talking to or who you admire, and they will reach out to those people and tell them all these different things because now that you walked away from them peacefully, they don't want you to be happy at all. They're trying to ruin like all parts of your life, and you're like, what is going on with this person? Elizabeth, appreciate it. That's what you're going through. I went through all this stuff. Don't get it wrong. I'm a life path 11, so I had to go through these things so I can like teach other people. They monitor others to control the story. Facts. Now yeah, if you're gonna walk this path, you guys got to stay private, which sucks too because you guys are like the most genuine souls. So you guys want to be out there like skipping like in out in the garden, talking to everybody like I love you, like I want you to do good, this and that. Man, you do that, you get obliterated, and that's what we were doing like the first quarter of our lives, and then we're like, oh, we can't do this. A lot of jealous, envious people out here trying to sabotage you, destroy you. So you gotta like, man, it's like you gotta kind of it's like that's still who you are inside, but you can't give it out to people because as soon as you give people your authentic self, here they come trying to like take you out. It's crazy. And the weirdest thing too is those same people, like if I met any of you guys in this chat that kind of vibes with me, I can be authentic to you guys. You guys will be authentic back. There's no hidden animosity. We're just all good, just conversing. These people, they respect it more if you're mean, if you're ruthless. So if you're around these people, you're just like straight face the whole time, giving one word answers, showing them that you don't like play any of these games. They're like, oh my god, I love you, like oh that, and they're like they're pretty much like they'll treat you like a celebrity or something. But as soon as like you're just nice or like you're your authentic self, then here come the games. Here come them trying to take you out, and that shows you that these people are dealing with demons, and they view you as if you are more narcissistic. They view you as like one of them, and they view you as like one of like their leaders or something. So some people want you to be the leader of their coven. Some people want you to be the leader of their cult. The whole time you just want to be left alone. Like, what is going on? You just want normal friendships, normal relationships. Some people are out there like, lead us. You're like, what is going on? No way I trust them. Facts. No way you guys would ever want to be a part of a cult or a coven. They seem like they're strong because they travel in numbers. But one thing I'll tell you guys is there's no honor among thieves. Like as soon as like you don't have some power in that group, they will turn on you immediately. And a lot of you guys have seen it. Like you guys have taken down cults, exposed the leader. They're no longer have their power, and everyone turns on that person. So they only go to where the power is at. While you guys are genuine, you guys don't care about that. It's like if someone's above you or like whatever that social hierarchy is, you guys don't care about it. You're just like, if I mess with you, I mess with you. Other people only view you as a tool. They love you on a conditional basis. Like, I love you, but can you provide protection? Can you do this? Can you do that? If not, then they're going to discard you. Is there a way to call them out? I'd just get away from them if I was you. Me, I don't really be around groups like that. If you are around one and you're like, oh, this is like a cult, I would just get away from those people. Jezebel ain't no joke. My ex partner, exactly like that. Yeah, a lot of people that like watch my content, we've all like a majority of us had a relationship with a narcissist. And that was one of the worst times of our lives, to be honest. If you guys ever dated a Jezebel or dated a narcissist, drop ones in the chat. Ones in the chat. I always be describing it like a fever dream because you didn't even know what was going on. It was like dating like a child like in an adult's body, someone that didn't know how to communicate. Someone said a few. That's real. Because also too, you don't have this like spiritual warfare knowledge. So you date one Jezebel and then you guys break up, you're like, all right, that was like a one-off thing. That was like a one, like you just got unlucky. You just found like that one demon that was out there. Then you try to date again, and you're like, well, okay, what's going on? And then it probably happened a third time. That's when you guys are like, all right, like what is going on? Let me try to figure this stuff out. And then when you start unlocking this knowledge, it's like, man, it's like getting like the secrets of the universe or something because you go down the rabbit hole enough, you start seeing that this stuff goes very deep, that your family this whole time was grooming you to be in relationship with other narcissists. So that demon, because these demons be body hopping, so when they're raising you and you're getting raised by a Jezebel, they know in the future they still want to siphon you. So they raise you to go find another Jezebel. So when you leave your family, they hop into that body and start to traumatize you. So when you start to figure this stuff out, you're like, all right, I need to heal. I need to figure my stuff out because I don't want to keep attracting these people. Going no contact is the only way out. That is what I did. For some situations, sometimes you guys got to get away from like even your hometown. That's another crazy piece of information to unlock when you guys realize that your whole hometown was against you. What's up, Resilient? You went no contact 2 months ago. What's that been like? Appreciate the heart, man. Yeah, I gotta go. Bunch of vipers. I don't know why that made me feel funny. I ain't leaving New York yet. Man, New York's a crazy city. You brave for being out there. All these big cities like LA, Miami, New York be like the hometown for like a lot of these demons. Y'all really can't handle me. What's up, Ja? What's good? Appreciate the heart, me. Literally trying to unalive me. That's why I be saying, man, this like life, it feels like a movie. This stuff you can't even say out loud. These chats on these YouTube videos are the only places you guys can like really speak about these things. Okay, if you say this out loud, people are gonna be like, "What are you talking about? It wasn't like that. You're crazy. My mom wouldn't do that to me, so I know your mom wouldn't do that to you. Make up with that person." When they accuse, I just smile, no react. Still, someone stay mad then ask. Yeah, you just gotta like smile and wave at this point. You gotta understand that the world is a stage. So when you guys are trying to rationalize the behaviors of like other people, that's what was driving you insane. When you start realizing none of this stuff is real, when people start doing the crazy stuff, I'm just like, okay. I'm like, all right, I don't know what type of game is being played here, but I don't want no parts. Precious woman, appreciate the rose. My discernment got so strong, I don't play around no more. Hey, and we love to hear it. Everyone, your main goal should be to raise your discernment so you can see through these things. And when you first start seeing through these things, you start getting a little identity crisis. You're like, there's no way this is happening around me. And you start going deeper and deeper and realize that these people are manipulating you your whole life. You just wasn't able to see it. Bless the child. I gotta check it out. Uh, you've been a great help. Hugs from Brazil. I appreciate you saying that. Matrix manipulation facts. One day at a time. I think name's Brock. Brock, appreciate it. It be the ones closest to you. Betrayal always comes from the ones that actually know how you are and stuff like that. These demons know that if they possess people that are already kind of shady or people you don't talk to, you won't really be able to fall for the tricks. But if they possess someone that you hold very dear to you, then yeah, you'll be able to you will fall for it. That's why a lot of you guys had to cut off a lot of like family members and friends. It was sad when you had to do it, but you literally had to do that for your survival. If you didn't do it, you probably wouldn't even be here right now to tell the story. But you guys escaped. You guys made it to the other side. So W's in the chat, guys. W's in the chat. You guys are very strong. I see you guys. I understand what you guys went through. A lot of people don't know what you're talking about, but trust, I get it. Your family members and your friends tried to stomp you out. You was lifting up a hand to help you. It was just stomp and stomp and stomp, just trying to keep you down there. But you guys made it through regardless. And that doesn't get talked about a lot, but you guys are way stronger than you can imagine. Appreciate the heart, man. W, big winners. Brooklyn, appreciate the gift. Appreciate the follow. I don't think you have a name right there. Trying to destroy the mirror. Exactly. You guys are a mirror to a lot of people out there. And the funny thing is, like, all you're doing is reflecting back who they are as a person, and they don't like what they see. So instead of being like, you know what, I got to go home, I got to figure this stuff out. Thank you for showing that demon that I have within me. Honestly, that's how it's supposed to be. That's how you help the world. You raise the collective consciousness of the planet. But instead of people doing that, 90% of them are like, how dare you show that back to me? Now I must attack you. And then sometimes people want to ignore the reflection altogether. What you reflect back to them, they'll be like, oh, this is you. How dare this? There's no way this could be me. This is you. A lot of people want to gaslight themselves so they can't really face the truth. And that's where you get very delusional people. One piece of advice, guys, don't try to rationalize with delusional people. You got to have like a two buckets in your head, the rational ones and like the delusional people. As soon as they start tripping out or being delusional, put them in that bucket and just walk away from that person. If you're forced to be around them because they're part of your family or you work with that individual, just start gray rocking that person. Don't take them literal. Like when I did work, I would have like some like monitoring spirit or narcissist try to antagonize me. Start giving them one word answers like, yeah, oh, you're right, definitely. Hey, Teats High, appreciate it. War Tooth, appreciate that. Dark Chosen Ones, I low key don't believe in that term. I'm not gonna lie to you. Dark Chosen One, Dark Empaths, I don't really be believing that stuff. I feel like people that are actually like about it aren't trying to really participate in the games. They use the discernment to see what's going on and just separate themselves from it. Uh, Madi, appreciate the follow. I know that my intuition is on point. You never felt that either? To the whole Dark Chosen Ones thing, right? We peep and decide to walk facts. You're either manipulating or not. That's what I be saying. Amore, appreciate the rose. Explain an energy vampire. People that want to drain you of your energy. Everyone in here, we have this thing called a solar plexus right here in the stomach. When an energy vampire tries to drain you, they need to attach an energetic cord to your solar plexus. And also keep in mind that they can only take your energy if you allow it. So when they try to attach that cord, you are giving them permission. And then when they attach it, that's when they can start doing things to try to drain you. So understand that when energy vampires do try to do that, you can block off that energy access altogether. You can set a boundary. You can straight up ignore them, walk away from them. It's that easy. By reaction, you attach to it. Exactly. So let's say I get someone. A lot of energy vampires be just like scrolling on social media, trying to find people to drain of their energy. If I had an energy vampire come in here and they're like, "Oh, you're crazy. You don't know what you're talking about." At that moment, I can be like, "What? I'm not crazy." Da, 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 and I start fighting with that person. At that point, I'm giving that person my energy. If I just ignore them, I don't feed into it, then it's like a return to sender. Energy bounces off of me, goes back to that person, and they start freaking out on the other side of their phone or computer. So I'd be saying, if you guys are like energy vampires trying to attack me, you will leave this like live feeling very depressed. Been doing this for a minute. What's up, soul philosopher? What's good with you? Can someone be a good person and still be an energy vampire? That's a really good question. Uh Yes. Just because someone is an energy vampire doesn't mean that they're like malicious. If you're a high vibrational individual and you get around someone that is like low vibrational, it's only natural that they will pull on your energy. But if that low vibrational person was around other people of the same caliber, they wouldn't be doing that. So, yes, there are some energy vampires out there that are very malicious, but not every energy vampire is a quote unquote bad person. Can definitely be unknowing facts. Some are just very insecure, doesn't mean they are evil. Facts. But that also means that just because they're insecure and not evil doesn't mean that they can't be dangerous. So I don't recommend being around insecure people or jealous individuals because they do some very weird things. Hey, lady, I appreciate that. Username, appreciate you. Soul, I got you. How to get back your destiny? It's never a permanent thing. If you walk away from the person and go no contact, your energy will return and reality will start rectifying itself. Destiny swappers, what they be doing, they be making you feel like you're dependent on them. So that's why a lot of times it's very hard to walk away from them. At that point, it's best to go on a long fast because if you do, you will have the strength and the clarity to be able to walk away. Appreciate the heart in me. Thank you. You can feel a heart's intention. Facts. What's up, Candace? Should we walk away forever? I would. I'm not gonna tell you what to do, but if I know someone is a demon around me that's trying to ruin my life, not someone I want to be around for. So, not saying that people can't change, but it's very rare. And a lot of times when people become these demons, a lot of times they're really far gone. Give me evil eye back to back, but I didn't even know what evil I was until the whole situation was over. That's how this reality is. We kind of learn as we go. A lot of times these things be happening to you guys, but you find out afterwards. You probably watch a video. You're like, oh, that's what was happening. And that's the name of it. Got to stay snake proof. Facts. Got to move on and take care of yourself. Exactly. What's the whole point of golden appreciate the fallen? With your willpower and fasting. As with everything, I recommend starting slow and working your way up. When I first started fasting, I would wake up, uh, I'd be like, let me eat at noon. Then every other day, I would add like an hour onto it until it just became natural. Appreciate the gift. Thank you. Surviving is the goal. Monitoring spirits is people just trying to sabotage you. People want to get information, figure out your weaknesses, study you. Also, beware of people when you have conversation with them, people that are like keeping like a tally mark of like your insecurities and stuff like that. That's why sometimes you open up to people, they get you in a vulnerable state, and then you have like a feeling afterwards. You're like, man, I probably shouldn't have done that. And then your intuition was most likely right because in a future situation, they ended up throwing it back in your face. How many of you guys had that happen where you opened up to somebody and they threw it into your face later on? Drop ones in the chat if that's the case. And that'd be like the ultimate betrayal because you're like, that's insane. First of all, you'd be thinking like, how do you remember that? You thought that that was someone you can trust, open up to, and it just kind of like led you down, led you astray. It makes you like never really want to open up to people ever. But do understand that not everyone is like that. When people do that, it's just like possession. Someone said my whole life. That's how this path be. It'd be pretty crazy. When you guys are like chosen star seeds, high vibrational individuals, it's like a lot of people they just want to betray you because the demons in them want to throw you off of your path. And it'd be insane because you can see those same individuals be good to other people, be loyal to other people, but as soon as you come around, that's when they want to start acting weird and stuff. Be careful who you open up to. Facts. Everyone has a motive. It is insane. Everyone's kind of in it for themselves. Everyone's kind of in it to see what they can get out of the other person. And that's why you guys be very confused because you guys don't think like that. And also because people are thinking like that, they try to project those intentions onto you guys. So sometimes you would do something nice for somebody or you would do something with a pure intention and they will twist it into something bad. Like it's insane. Like if I could give an example, probably like you buy someone because like they were like a good friend or something, and you'll give it to them, and then later on they're probably like, "Oh, they only did this because of this. They're manipulative because you're like, what? Like what is going on?" So you guys got to understand, you guys can't really be your authentic self with everybody. You're like an alien that's walking amongst people, and a lot of people aren't really used to your energy. So when you start to be your authentic self, people think that you are doing it to get something, even when you can really care less. No good deed goes unpunished. Exactly. The Care Bear Club gets no respect from these jerks. Facts. Why do people stare all the time? You're just a high vibrational individual, and your aura is very bright. If you guys had the eyes or the lens to see within the spiritual realm, you will see that a lot of people have darkness around them. A lot of people are fighting demons constantly just around them. When you walk around, it's just this bright light, and then people will be staring at you and not even knowing that they're doing it. And you can tell, like, when they'll be staring at you, and then you will look at them. And then when you make eye contact, they will look visibly like afraid and like look away real fast because a lot of people don't even know that they're doing it. And some people they're unapologetic about it. Some people will just stare at you, you'll look at them, and they'll keep staring at you. And that's a very uncomfortable thing when that be happening. How to fix sleep schedule because of these things? I recommend fasting. If you eat your last meal like 6, 8 hours before you go to sleep, it's a lot easier to fall asleep. But for some people, I would say that for some people need food in their stomach for some reason to fall asleep. But try that, and if it doesn't work, uh, I got something else for you. Or they tell you very intimate details of your life or of their life. Hey, Awaken, glad you're here. Appreciate the support. When I hug, I feel everything. Yeah, you're clairsentient. You're very sensitive to energy. One thing about being clairsentient, like when you guys awaken and you guys are raising your frequency more and more, you guys get sensitive to other people being around you. So if you guys are around places and it gets crowded, you're just feeling all the energy, and you're like, like why are all these people here? Da da da. Da." It's like it gets very like overbearing. So uh, it's best to kind of protect your crown by wearing something or imagining like a force field around you, and people's energy can't get through it. But yeah, that's a thing. Ray Bans don't work either. So you know how to teach others how to protect. They have to have your permission for the cloaking ritual. What do you mean by cloaking? Cloaking from like the demons and stuff? Thanks for all that you do. Appreciate you saying that. When I get bad energy, I send it back and reclaim mine, as you should. I do recommend a lot return to sender sometimes, guys. Don't feel bad when someone does something to you and they end up paying for it. That is their own energy doing that to themselves. A lot of people, if they just left you alone, they wouldn't have to be going through what they're going through. But that's how God teaches other people. So people's punishment has to fit the crime so they can be like, hey, you know what? I shouldn't have done that. It's like a little kid for the most part. If they touch a hot stove, like, oh, it hurt. I shouldn't do that. The difference between these demons and the kids, though, is like they don't really be learning. Some of these demons be stuck in the same cycle their whole lives. Like keep attacking, traumatizing people, getting their karma, being good for a little bit, then going right back to it. You guys probably have like a demon in your life right now that just keeps attacking you. Like they don't want to learn for whatever reason. And trust me, even if you don't see it, they get their karma. A lot of people be losing a lot of money for messing with you. And for them to start losing money, that it had got to a point because they were getting warned for a minute. So when someone first does something to you, the punishment's gonna be like kind of bad because you're divinely protected, but still just to kind of show them to back off. And then they don't want to listen to it, so they keep doing it. At that point, they'll probably lose their job. They'll probably get money stolen from them. Their stocks crash or something. Like I've seen it all at this point. They will get depressed for a little bit, but a lot of them just kind of bounce back. Sometimes they do like be like, okay, I can't mess with this person. They got to go mess with the other person. But it's very rare when they actually truly do learn their lesson. Yeah, these coworkers are insane. Man, I be saying, guys, like it's just insane that like these demons just walk around like and they just look normal, and they allow these people to kind of be around you in job situations. What's up, Amor? Hopped on the other side. I feel as if we need people to wear shirts that let people know what they are. I don't know if you guys are with me on that one. Yes, we have discernment, but I feel like it will just make life a whole lot easier. Like you walk up to someone, you say hi, they turn around, and it says narcissist on their shirt. I feel like that will fix a lot of problems in society. The issue is these people are blending in with other people, and then we are dating these people, trying to like have conversations and end up getting traumatized. So if they had that shirt that says avoidant, narcissist, warlock, that would be an amazing society. Because once again, these people look normal. They look charming. They're charming. They're attractive. They look like normal people and they be a whole demon. So I feel like the shirts will like solve a lot of these issues. These elites will never let that happen. It's the Hunger Games out there, guys. Everyone for themselves. You either have discernment or you don't. And if you don't have discernment at this point in your journey, just pray or something. No, I'm kidding. You get traumatized so much at a point, you just start seeing through reality. That's just how it works. Hello, appreciate the heart puff. Squid Games, definitely. It is so annoying to me. Yeah, the fact that these people are just walking around. Uh, but you get to a point where you can kind of like really see them. Like it's like obvious what people are. Some you could tell right off the bat. Some people you will have like a feeling about them. And when you get that feeling, sometimes you kind of need more confirmation to see if they're actually are what you think they are. The biggest thing I tell people is that people tell on themselves like all the time. So if you just wait, they'll eventually expose themselves. Just other people, they can't see it, which is like the crazy part. Like you will finally get that one confirmation that someone is something, and you will be looking around and thinking like, did anyone else see that? And everyone else is just like just still laughing at their jokes, still like nothing happened. So I don't recommend opening up about the things that you are seeing, guys, because people won't believe you. They'll think you're overthinking. And a lot of times these people are under like the narcissist and warlock spell. Jezebels be having people like in an illusion. So a lot of people don't want to be broken out of that illusion. If I can give you guys an example, look at the Matrix. The Matrix has people under a spell. If you try to awaken someone from the Matrix, they just start freaking out on you. They start screaming. They're like, yo, you're crazy. Stop. They'll start posting about you on social media that you finally lost your mind. Narcissism is like a mini matrix. So there's the big matrix, and then there's like mini matrices, like all over. Narcissist has people convinced that they are something that they're not. And if you try to let other people know or shatter the illusion, they will start freaking out on you as well. Jezebel is male and female. More appreciate it. They said I was crazy. Hey, if you guys get called crazy on this path, or you have people trying to convince you that you're crazy, congratulations, you guys have made it. These all these demons are doing the same thing. They can't get creative with their tactics. As soon as like you start seeing through reality, they start freaking out. Oh no, he sees you're crazy. And you're like, all right, like, and when you start getting to a point where you don't let that affect you, now they don't have anything to throw at you. When you start mastering yourself, you have that true self love. It's like, what can they really do to you? Remember, it's all the same things they try to do to you. It's call you crazy, do a smear campaign, try to isolate you. You guys start to see that when you guys awaken and you guys went through certain trials and tribulations, that was preparing you for all the BS that was to come when it comes to like being around unawakened people. Now you guys are at a point where they can't make you feel bad when they try to isolate you because you already went through your isolation season. They can't do a smear campaign to make you feel bad because you already had people lie on you in the worst way possible. So at this point, what more can people say or do to you that hasn't already been done? And when people see that you're no longer affected by it, that's when they get scared of you. That's when they want to avoid you. That's when they're like, all right, if 6 people couldn't take him down, let's get 8 people. If 8 people couldn't take him down, let's get 15 people. And when you're walking this journey, it's like they could send as much people as they want. It's not going to make any type of difference. Documentation can be helpful sometimes, facts. Especially at these jobs, guys. Make sure you guys are emailing these people. Never talk to your boss on the phone. If they like, nah, they don't want to email, you're like, too bad. This got to be email. Yeah, trying to get rich off of your energy. Like I be talking about with the whole destiny swapping thing, some people's lives only get better when you come around because they use your energy to help manifest what they got going on. You guys don't know how rare you guys actually are. We live in a world where everyone's in competition with each other, everyone's trying to tear other people down. When you come around somebody and you tell them, "Hey, good job. I see what you're doing." Like, hey, like you give them like props, that's you giving them positive energy. And when you give them that compliment, they start believing in themselves. So they go home and whatever you told them good job at, they start really working towards it and they see more of a benefit from it. And then they're like, "Oh, okay, I can actually do this." But they don't know they're only able to do it because they just took your energy. So then when they come down from it, they're like, "Oh, I got to come back around this person." And that's why some people, if you're not really having boundaries, they will feel entitled to your energy. How many of you guys be having people feeling entitled to your energy? Drop ones in the chat. Those people don't like when you spend your own energy on yourselves. They be like, "I'm trying to manifest my own life. Like, you got to give me that energy." And at that point, if you try to set a boundary, they start getting upset. They try to punish you. This reality is pretty crazy. Someone punishing you for you protecting your energy is the most insane thing I've seen. One thing Destiny swappers will do too is let's say you set a boundary with them, right? You set a boundary, they start thinking to themselves like, "Oh, they caught on. I don't like this new version." They will pull back. They will start ignoring you because they want the dynamic to change back for you to start chasing them. They want you to chase so you can give them your energy. And a lot of times when someone does that to you, you guys just cut them off like right away. Like you guys don't got time. You guys don't got time for the games. Like if people start playing with you or they start trying to ignore it to gain power, you guys like deuces. And then when it doesn't work, they're like, "No, come back. I'm sorry." At that point, they be thinking like you're gonna come back one day. You're already in your head. You already moved on with your life. Like you're in like now you're in like chapter 6 of your life, and they're still in chapter 3, thinking that one day you're gonna come back. And once again, you guys have only learned to do that because you guys have grown up with very weird people that have been playing with you your whole life. Now you guys don't want to play no games. Like you're an adult, you want to be around normal people. For some reason, that's very hard to find in this reality. There's only like 10% of normal people out there. And you guys don't care. If it's another weird person, you just cut them off until you find the normal people. Some of you guys can't find these people at all. So you just come online. TikTok, YouTube be making it seem like we're like abundant, like a lot of us are around. But then you go outside and it's like back to the weird games. Someone said more like 0.08%. Was I being generous with the 10%? Lady, appreciate the gift. We just feel exactly. I feel like this was like Fortnite when we dropped here in this planet, guys. We were put here on a mission to raise the collective consciousness of the planet. We came down here on Earth, and then we all split apart. We're all on different corners of the Earth. I mean, think it's like one of us, like in each city or whatnot, and it works out too because, like I be saying, it's like even when we are outnumbered, we still win. So yeah, we could fend for ourselves, but it's still annoying to go through this stuff. Not gonna lie. Having to come like having a group just spawn in to like try to take you out. It's like you're gonna be okay. You're gonna beat the smear campaign. It's just annoying to have to go through it again. And while it be happening, you be thinking to yourself, like, how did I find myself in this situation again? Because yes, you could have discernment. Yes, you can try your best with all the knowledge that you have to avoid it. It's coming for you, whether you believe it or not. Like it finds you regardless. You guys are probably more closed off. You don't really talk to people like that anymore, and they still find you. It's like walking out there. It's like if you guys ever play Pokemon, when you guys are like walking through the grass and then the screen starts flashing and then someone's name just says flash warning, synchronicity, but the screen just starts flashing and it's like a boss battle. That's what be happening in real life. And then now you gotta like just stand there and be like, all right, uh, another crazy person. Let me get whatever lesson I'm supposed to get from this and move on. Like Pokemon. And guys, I'm telling you too, like, even though there's like 300 people in here that can understand this stuff, you try to talk about this stuff to like your regular friends, your family members, they're not gonna understand you. What's some like shaming tactics they'll do if they know you're seeing the truth? They'll be like, "Why are you so negative? Not everyone's like that. If you just heal, you won't run into this stuff anymore." That's very surface level like information. That advice might work with like other people, but you guys will never get to a point where they just don't pop up in your reality anymore. These people will always be hunting you down and stuff like that. So you got to get to a point where, yes, they will come into your reality, but you get to a point where you become like Neo in the Matrix. The attacks won't stop, but then you start to learn to like just catch the bullets and it no longer affects you and stuff. Yeah, you guys will get like a lot of victim blaming on this path. It will make you not even really want to open up to other people about your experience. It's so crazy that that rare moment when you open up to somebody and they give you empathy, you'll be like freaking out. You're like, "Oh wow, this person actually understood me." And that is a dangerous thing as well because there's some people out there that will pretend to understand you just so you can open up so they can get that information from you and try to destroy you. So you got to be very careful out there. There's very few people that you can open up to. You're opening up, you're like, finally, someone understands me. Maybe this life isn't that bad. The next day, that information just got you into a whole lot more trouble. Now you're fighting even more demons because you gave out some information out there. Paulette, good luck, everyone. It's like the Hunger Games. May the odds be ever in your favor. What be helping me on this path is knowing that we're out there fighting the same battles. Because remember, guys, you guys are never truly alone. When you guys are going through some crazy, weird, bizarre battle, whatever you go through, you probably get online and you see me probably talking about it. You see another content creator talking about it. And then it'd be the comments. It'd be the comments. Like when people start commenting and you're like, oh, people understand me. Now people are saying my thoughts. But when you're out there fighting these battles, you're like, yo, this is insane. This is crazy. And life ain't like a Disney Channel TV show where one episode is like a plot point and you go through something and you try to figure it out like in that one episode. And then once you figure it out, you go to the next episode with a whole new problem. It's like you can get one problem, then the next hour, another problem hits you, and you're like, all right, trying to figure it out. And then right before you go to sleep, a third problem hits you. It's like this stuff be stacking up. And you're like, yo, this is crazy. JSN, appreciate the gift. Not CIA. It's more like JJK facts. Like I was saying, as soon as I looked up, it's 555. But yeah, this path is just insane. Just make sure you guys are discerning at all times, guys. Uh, the acro appreciate it. Wild indeed. How many of you guys like struggle like in relationships? If you guys do, drop ones in the chat. Of all the betrayal you guys be going through, like what? How do you guys' relationships be going? I'd be saying if you guys are trying to date right now, good luck. It's only getting worse out there. A lot of these demons, they be using vessels because they know that you're lonely and they try to use that against you. But a lot of you guys in here, I don't think if you're walking this path, you really haven't dated a normal person. Everyone you date is like some new like lesson you got to try to figure out. Uh, Judy, appreciate it. Every person you date, you had to get like some new information about a narcissist, an avoidant. Before I awakened, guys, like I knew about narcissists, like that was a word I saw every now and then. I didn't know this was like a real stuff, honestly. Wartooth, appreciate it. And then every time like I got more lessons, I'm like, all right, warlocks, succubus, this stuff can't be real. When you experience this stuff firsthand, you're like, oh, this is definitely real. The demons are attracted to us, facts. And once again, the spiritual community will tell you, well, you attract what you are. So if you keep attracting that, you need to go and heal, which is true to a certain point. But I feel like when people say that a lot, it's like a lot of spiritual bypassing because spiritual warfare never ends. You guys like will always have people that are attracted to your light, that's trying to drain you. So I think it's like a lot more responsible to let people know that they will always be there, but you will have discernment to be able to see through them and make wiser decisions when it comes to who you let into your energy. A lot of us had to go through this stuff. We kind of chose to go through it as well because you learn through the pain. If you wasn't born in a narcissistic family, you would have went your whole life just thinking everyone thinks like you. You would have been out there skipping around thinking like, "Oh, this is rainbows and sunshine. I could open up to everybody." And then just keep getting obliterated. So you guys had to start young and be like, "Oh, this is crazy. There's people like this out here, and I got to protect my energy because if I don't, they can quite literally almost like take you out." And the crazy thing about these demons is they will push you to the point of insanity. They will make you not want to be here. And then when you have no more energy to give, they will find some way to blame you. And that's one thing I got to give the demons, the Jezebels, the warlocks. They're very creative on how they're going to make you the bad guy. You're someone that is like always trying to uplift people, empathetic, trying to figure out what the issue is, conversate, and they will still find a way to make you the bad guy. If you guys are currently the villain in someone's story out there, drop ones in the chat. If someone's out there trying to make it seem like you're this evil warlord, or like you're the lead, like what are some like evil teams out there? Like the leader of like some evil team, or that like you're trying to take over the world or something. The stories will be so insane that you will like hear it and you be like, is that me? Like, do I have like an evil twin out there? Or like what's going on? Man, then like you guys are like empathetic too. So you're trying to like figure out like, could I have done something differently? So they could have seen it a different way. These people, their main goal is to try to like make you just out to be a villain so they can take all the responsibility off of themselves. Understand that real narcissists, they aren't self-reflecting. They're not trying to figure out who's really right, who's wrong. The only thing they're thinking about is winning at all cost. When you walk away from a narcissist, they're thinking of how what more can they do to try to ruin your life. How you guys know you weren't the issue is if you walked away from someone and they start stalking you. If you guys are so much of an issue, like why is this person like still watching you and trying to keep tabs on you? If you guys are so much of an issue, like why are they keep talking about you like to this day? You guys probably had a run-in with a narcissist probably like 3 years ago, 4 years ago, and they're still talking to you about you to this day. You guys will be like the one that got away to like a lot of these narcs out there. Appreciate it. Thank you. Your names are still being spoken at tables that you haven't visited in a very long time. And that's how you know that your name holds weight, your name holds power. A lot of you guys escape these covens and these narcs, and they don't even know how you did it. Because a lot of these narcs, they be on like streaks of traumatizing people. And then when they come around you, you end up being like the final boss in their life to show you that like you can't be doing that to everybody. And when you finally got away from them, and especially if you guys walked away from someone peacefully, they hate that. You guys didn't kick, you guys didn't scream. You're like, all right, I'm out of here. I healed from something similar like this in the past. So I'm gonna leave you where you're at. Hey, I don't mess with you anymore, but hey, I still wish you the best. You walk away from that person, you think that's gonna be it. You start making these people freak out. And they also think too that when you walk away from them, they think that you're gonna expose them. The whole time you're not even thinking about them. You're like, all right, you're a demon. Even though like our job is here to like expose demons and stuff like that, Styles appreciate it. Even though like we were sent here to expose demons and like dismantle these illusions and stuff like that, we honestly don't want to do it. Like we're not going out there every day like how many demons can I expose today? We literally be like, hey, all right, you're a demon. You stay over there. I'm gonna mind my business. I didn't see anything. I am good. But your energy still makes them expose themselves, which is the crazy part because when you walk away from them, they are going to be like, oh, I got to get ahead of the story. They start telling other people like they're this, they're that. And in the beginning, there are some people that's going to like believe what they are saying about you. But give it some time. Give it some time because what is done in the dark will make its way to the light. And if they did you wrong, trust that they're going to do someone else wrong as well. You guys be walking away from these narcs, they don't reform. They don't get better for the most part. You walked away, they went out there to go traumatize someone else. Sometimes you guys will have the Jezebels victim reach out to you and be like, they said this about you. I believe them, but now they did this. So now I don't think so. Like, that's how it's going to be. The one that's not out there like, oh, they're this, talking about it. For the most part, those be the ones that be innocent. Because a lot of you guys, your main thing that you want in this life is just peace. You guys aren't really toxic. You guys don't enjoy being in these battles. If it was up to you, you would be off in the mountains somewhere in a farm. Even though you guys are taking down these demons, taking down these covens and stuff like that, this is not the life that you want. This sounds like a very cool movie, but to be in the midst of it, constantly going up against groups, constantly going up against narcs, having people just switch up out of nowhere is not a fun thing to experience because not a lot of people are going to understand you. MW, appreciate the follow. That's why I always be saying, like, you guys are in here, you guys got to write a book or something. I'll support it. You guys could write like an award-winning book because the stuff that you guys be going through sounds like straight out of fiction. Then go ahead and make it a fiction or something. Or if you want to make it a biography to help out other chosen ones, other star seeds, go for it. Why not monetize off of like your pain and stuff like that? That's turning pain into gain. Every time a demon does something to you, like you unlock more knowledge, your frequency goes up, that can benefit you. And that's why a lot of these demons hate that they ran into you because it normally doesn't go like that. These demons be running into other people and be taking them off the map. And then God be like looking at this demon like, all right, we got to send our best person. And you don't even be knowing what be going on behind the scenes. You just be living life like, all right, what's the next point of my life? And then God's like, I'm about to use you, which gets pretty annoying sometimes. Zeke, appreciate it. Guys, like, they just traumatized 3 people. You're going to have to go in there and you're going to have to expose them. And you don't really have a conversation with God because, like, a lot of times you will be like, no, like, hey, I just ran into a demon last week. Please, I just want peace. But if not you, then who? You got to keep telling yourself that. If not you, then who? You guys are probably desensitized to how resilient you are. But a lot of people aren't resilient like in your way. Like if other people lived your life, they would have been gave up like a long time ago. If we're being real, The fact that you guys are still here, you're still pushing, you're still fighting through these demons, that proves within itself that you are one of God's strongest soldiers. And you guys probably also don't see it, but you guys are making the world a better place every single day. Not even by just taking down demons, but the positive energy you guys be putting out into the world. Some people talk to you guys and you make their whole day or you make their whole month or something like that. A lot of people be depressed. A lot of people are asking themselves, why did this have to happen? One conversation with you and they feel your positive energy, that really like uplifts a lot of people. And there's a lot of people out here that are very shy, are very to themselves. There are people that really appreciate you guys, but they don't have the words to tell you that. A lot of people are very inspired by how you guys keep pushing and stuff like that. In your guys' head, all you think about is like, oh, like I'm battling this every day. I look like I'm not doing good. I'm behind, this and that. You guys are a lot more ahead than you think. And other people are seeing what you're going through. They probably won't tell you, but trust me, people are watching you, whether you believe it or not. When you guys were growing up, you guys probably had people that was making you feel invisible, making you feel like you didn't know what you were doing. Those same people are keeping tabs on you because they saw you overcome all the things that you overcame. They saw you go above and beyond. And not only did you go above and beyond, it's like you're not stopping because you guys probably had that one humiliation ritual that sent you into your rock bottom. And if you're able to go hit rock bottom, if you're able to hit rock bottom and see that it had a basement and pull yourself out of it by yourself, now you have a different type of mindset. A lot of people aren't going to understand you guys, but your drive is something different now because when you wasn't on it, people were like trying to take you out. So now you have a bigger, or I'll say a better perspective on life. And now every single day, you guys like try to like achieve your goals, like either like getting 1% better, either spiritually, financially, or physically. And a lot of people can't compete with you at all. And don't get it twisted because a lot of people are going to try to compete with you. How many of you guys be having people like in pointless competition with you guys? Drop ones in the chat, ones in the chat. People thinking that like what you do is pretty easy, that they could do it themselves. And then as soon as they try it, they realize they're not cut out for it. Because also too, just to kind of like live your life, you kind of have to have a certain amount of trauma. And that's when you become like thankful for the trauma that you went through. Because if you didn't go through your trauma, you probably would still be complacent. You probably will still be, because you probably was always ambitious growing up, but after that humiliation ritual, now you're definitely on it. And that's why you guys attract a lot of like jealous and envious people. So jealous that a lot of you guys can't even have friends because it always ends the same way. They love you in the beginning, then probably like 3 months down the line when that honeymoon phase ends, they show you their true colors. They start trying to humble you. And you be thinking to yourself, like, am I seeing this correctly? And then when you see that they are what you're actually seeing is correct, you be asking yourself, like, how did I end up in this situation again? And it just makes you guys like not want to have friends at all because how many real people are really out there? A lot of people say they're real, but a lot of people haven't been tested. You guys probably have been in situations where even when a friend was like really going through it, you stuck by their side like no matter what. It's very hard to find that from other people. People want to pretend like they're like close with you and they're here no matter what. As soon as like something happens where you need support, they switch sides immediately, which is crazy. If you guys have had that happen, drop ones in the chat. Like the fair weather friend, they're only there if you are beneficial. If it is no longer sociably acceptable to be your friend, they will hop ship immediately. Hey Zeke, hey W Zeke in the chat. I appreciate that. 2023 activation, the year of betrayal. That's what I'm gonna start calling that year. But yeah, like a lot of friends, like as soon as like it looks like you are in a load of trouble, like you'll see like a lot of them like abandon you. Because I'm pretty sure if you guys are in this chat and you guys understand what I'm talking about, a lot of you guys have been scapegoated your whole life, where people, when it comes to you, they don't really like prioritize the truth. They more so prioritize their selves in a situation. They prioritize making sure the group leader is all good. So when you come around and you're a walking tower moment and you are exposing illusions, they're like, all right, let's sacrifice this person. Let's get him out of here. And then they sacrifice you. And then you, a person you thought was your friend, they're like, I don't want to get scapegoated. Like, what? They be looking at you like, yo, Pete, like, hey, they're like, I'll love you from a distance. I'll send you a text message, but I'm not going through that with you. And I hate to break it to you guys, but that's not a real friend. You could understand it because you guys are empathetic. You guys could see everyone's side. But honestly, that's not a real friend, to be honest. They participate. I be laughing because you guys like truly understand me and you guys understand this path. Like all you guys, like you guys be putting messages adding on to the situation that shows you guys know exactly you guys went through this stuff. It's crazy. Because it's one thing to like not really support you when everyone's turning on you, but to actively participate in it. And then some people they was waiting for your downfall like that whole time. You probably had someone that was around you that was pretending to like you, but they were waiting for that one moment when like a lie spread on you and stuff like that. So as soon as like that lie got spread, they're like, "Thank you." They start clapping. They're like, "All right, humiliation ritual time. What do you need me to say?" They're like, "They did that. I believe it. I believe it. Let's get it. Let's get this person out of here." Mask came off immediately. And then what these people will do, how they will recruit people, is they will find people that have like small misunderstandings with you. Like it's very crazy. People, human beings, they want to feel like they're a part of something. So when they see like a group going to get up against you, they will feel they will feel like good on the inside if they're a part of it because they just feel like they're a part of the group. So you might have someone that like you probably just didn't text them back. Now they're an enemy because now you see everyone else grouping up on you. You might have someone where it was just like a misunderstanding that could have been easily cleared up. But now that they see like everyone's ganging up on you, they're gonna start saying like, I always knew there was something up with that person." And then the funny thing is, people hop on that side because they think that obviously, if they look at it from like a logical point, it's like if it's you versus like 10 people, they just automatically assume that you're gonna lose or something. So when they see that you come out on top, they be very surprised. And then you will have some people try to go on your side now because now they see that you're winning and stuff like that. At that point, you guys gotta I wouldn't let those people back in my life if I were you. I'm not trying to tell you guys what to do, but someone that is just going wherever it's more beneficial for them is not a true individual. And yeah, they're trying to come to your side now, but watch you get into another situation, they'll switch up on you again. Nope, stay over there. Exactly. That's why it's so much power in being by yourself, guys. A lot of people can't do what you do. Once again, you see yourself in the mirror every day, and the situations that you go through, you guys be thinking this stuff is just normal. I'm here to let you guys know this stuff is not normal at all. To have people constantly just group up on you, to be in isolation for as long as you've been in, a lot of people can't do that for anything. Let's say you have like a friend right now, like it's probably like a friend that you're not really friends with. You guys catch up every now and then. They'll probably tell you something where they're like, "Oh, this group is ganging up on me," or "I'm at a job, they're doing this, they're doing that." Your advice might be to them to just cut them off because you know how to be by yourself. Other people, they haven't went through an isolation season. So for you to tell them to go against these groups and to cut them off, it doesn't even compute to them because they can't imagine being by themselves. You probably tell someone where you notice advice will help them that you probably need to stay to yourself. That they can't, it will be like you're talking a whole different language to them. You guys got to understand, you guys were kind of forced into isolation. And yes, it did hurt. That first couple weeks or that month when you were first in isolation, that was like probably the worst times of your life because you probably went from being someone that was always around people to now you don't have anyone around you. But that time made you tough. And that time taught you everything you needed to know because now you can be around other people. And as soon as the funny stuff starts happening, you can walk away from them like pretty fast. If you guys have got into that level, drop ones in the chat. As soon as they start playing, like, all right, I'm out of here. Because in your isolation season, you learn that peace is amazing. And for someone to actually be in your life, they have to bring peace to your life as well. If they start bringing some toxicity, some drama, you guys are quick to just get out of there immediately. And that's why a lot of people aren't used to you guys because people are used to getting their way like overgrown children. People are used to manipulating other people and having them fall in line. So when they come across you and they try to manipulate you and they never see you again, you guys be walking lessons to like a lot of people. And once again, that's another way that you guys are making the world a better place because when they were getting away with manipulation with everybody else and they tried to do it to you and you left a lasting impression on that person. Maybe they won't learn it like right then and there, but the fact that you did that, it planted a seed. And then who knows, probably later in the future, they're gonna go through that same thing again when they run into someone that they can't do it on, and they start self-reflecting and be like, "Oh, I can't do this." Just some people don't know how to just like be authentic. Their whole personality is just manipulating others. What I've kind of noticed in this society is people are a lot more obsessed with control over connection. And that's how you know you're definitely dealing with a Jezebel. Jezebel sold their soul a long time ago. They don't even know how to connect with someone in a healthy way. If they don't have control over you, they won't want to be with you at all. And then if someone can't control you, what's the next thing they're going to do, guys? If they can't control you, what's the next thing they're going to do? Someone said destroy, slander, lies, smear. There you go. They all do the same thing. It's like they're not learning how to evolve and be any different. They can't control you, they control how other people see you because these people are obsessed with control. If they don't have it, they start freaking out. And the lengths they're willing to go to maintain that control is pretty insane. And if you guys stay detached, you guys don't react, you guys will see these people start to freak out in real time. It's actually pretty scary to see it in real time. They start just doing the weirdest things they never did. Probably start stalking you, probably start poking at you from like plausible deniability ways to just drive you insane. You guys got to be careful with these demons. They are willing to do whatever it takes to knock you out the race. Someone said dude was crying. The thing about these narcs and these Jezebels is like they can dish it, but they can't take it. They will do like the most craziest things to you. As soon as like you match their energy, like even like 10%, they start crying like immediately. They start crashing out. You're mean. You're mean. Stop. Stop. You guys don't do that a lot, but sometimes you guys do have to enforce a boundary or let them know that you are not the one. And then you start to realize that these Jezebels, even though we use the words demons, spiritual warfare, this and that, at the end of the day, they're just cowards. They're bullies that only bully people they think won't fight back. And they attack you guys because you guys just look innocent. Or not even just look innocent. As soon as they see that you have empathy, they think they can just play with you and stuff like that. But little do they know is, all right, at one point in your life, you was letting the narcs get away with this stuff, but now you are the new and improved you, where you haven't lost yourself. You're still empathetic, but you have that side of you. And if they want to play with you, then you don't want to play, but you can show them why that's a bad idea. And as soon as like you match their energy like 10%, they go in straight into victim mode. They'll start crying like just like it's just crazy seeing them happen in real time because they go straight to Darvo. You match your energy 10%, you're a narcissist, and they'll run away like crying or something. And it's like, damn, you thought they were really about it. But at this point, I'm tired of this. I feel it, but empathy, guys, is a beautiful gift. Some people don't like being an empath. I think being an empath with no boundaries is a bad thing, but when you are an empath with strong boundaries and you're not codependent, it's a beautiful thing, honestly. Being an empath allows you to connect with people in a deep way that you wouldn't be able to do if you weren't one. The reason I'm able to make the videos that I'm able to make, the reason I'm able to like go on these tangents and tap into your guys' emotions and say what you guys are thinking is because I'm empathetic. Narcs can't do that. Narcs is like talking to a wall. You can say a whole thing to them and they'll only respond to what they want to respond to, or they'll ignore you completely is like what I'm noticing with like a lot of people. They will like wait until you're finished done speaking, and they will just add on to what they said and completely disregard whatever you said. If that happens to you guys out there in the wild, drop ones in the chat. They'd be like, okay. And that makes you guys feel like there's no one that will understand you. Because anytime you do want to open up, people can't even like understand like your mind and stuff like that. And we call those people, guys, conversational narcissists. If you guys stay around those people for too long, you will allow them to drain your energy. When you have conversations with people, one of three things is happening. Either you're giving people energy, you're taking it, or you guys are sharing energy back and forth. If you are dealing with a conversational narcissist, they're just taking energy from you. You guys have probably gotten to a point in your journey where you guys could understand everyone else, but few people can't understand you. And a lot of people will use that to their advantage because you can help them with their issues. You can get them to see things a different way. But as soon as you talk about whatever you got going on, they just mute. They're in the headlights. Some of them go as far as like people get offended if they feel like you know more than them. So sometimes you would open up with the intention of trying to connect with somebody, and they take it as a threat immediately. You open up, you say something that's on your mind, they be thinking like, you think you're better than me? You think so now they try to start trying to humble you. Some of these people, they're very petty. Like they'll remember it and they're like, all right, I got you. And they'll try to humble you in front of a group at a later time. Beware of those individuals, guys. Then you become the problem facts. And all you wanted to do is just connect with somebody. Trying to connect with an NPC sometimes, guys, is very dangerous. When it comes to these people, you got to keep things very surface level with them. Try to talk to like NPCs about like what's on your mind, how you think this person is a narcissist, how the spiritual warfare is getting you down, how you're going to break out the system. Agent Smith time, they're going to start switching up on you. They're going to start attacking you, all these different things. Met so many of them. It's the majority of people in society. So remember, we're outnumbered. There's only like 10% of us, I would say. Some of you guys be telling me that that number is a little bit too much. So just know that number is between 0 to 10, and we're in a world full of people that's not awake. And the only reason you guys probably woke up is because you guys are very curious. You guys kept asking why. Asking the question why can get you really far, and that's why you guys are here. You guys got called. Many are called, few are chosen. You guys answered that call, and now you got thrusted into spiritual warfare, and you didn't know what was going on. You just answered the call because you were just curious. You're like, all right, where does this rabbit hole go? Or where does this rabbit hole go? And now you guys just awaken and you cannot go back, which is insane. They don't give you guys like a rule book to this stuff. They don't let you know right before you go down a rabbit hole that way. Like, hold up. Right before you go down this rabbit hole, you won't be able to go back. Do you want to continue? That would be amazing if that was a thing. I think I would still go down it because I'm very curious, but at least it will give some people the chance to make that decision. For a majority of us, it was mainly you went down a rabbit hole and they threw you in the middle of the ocean and they're like, all right, you got to figure this stuff out by yourself. No really direction of where to go. You went from being around people to just being alone. And you're like, is there anyone else out there? Before you guys even hopped on social media, you thought you was crazy. You thought you was the only one thinking about this stuff. This path is very cruel. You will be hated without reason. Yeah, I just made a video on that as well. At least that's a liberating thing. When you guys awaken and you start discovering about the spiritual warfare, at least now you have like a answer to like what was happening your whole life. Because your whole life, this stuff was like confusing. Like what is going on here? Like, why do I keep getting attacked for like no reason? Come to find out that you guys were always just like vibrating higher than your environment, triggering the demons in other people and causing these people to attack you and not even know what is going on. Dog, appreciate the follow. Yes, guys, nothing was ever wrong with you. It's very hard to shift your mind to tell yourself that it's not you, it's everybody else. Because you guys are very humble. You don't want to think that like everyone else is tripping. Come to find out that yes, everyone indeed was tripping. Hey, Thomas, appreciate that. I thought it was me. After many years, I've realized my light provokes dark energy. Yeah, a lot of us thought that same thing. If all you guys in here thought that you were the issue, drop ones in the chat. Because you guys are so empathetic, you're like, all right, even though they're attacking me, I have to be the reason. And that's just like Stockholm syndrome at that point. Codependency on your narcissistic family made you always feel as if you were the one causing this stuff to happen to you. All the ones in the chat, that's why I be saying we all be going through the same things. Alice, appreciate the follow. And also another question to you guys, like as an empathetic soul, does it ever surprise you guys that people don't think like you? Whenever you see someone not having empathy, when someone can move very ruthless and not care about other people, does that kind of throw you guys off sometimes? I'd be so surprised at the things people can do because I always be thinking to myself, like, I will never do that. So why are you doing that? Esther, it's very heartbreaking. This planet is kind of like lacking empathy in a sense. A lot of people just straight up sold their souls. Like it's very insane. And as an empathetic individual, we kind of understand why they did it. A lot of people move in this reality of if you can't beat them, join them. They look around, they don't want to lose. They be like, all right, I got to be like this. Some people hate being like that, but they know they have to survive. Some people have like families. They're like, I got to be like this, like in order to like be able to provide for my family. Little do they know that if they just stayed on the good side, you do get blessed, honestly. People don't want to be righteous because they don't really believe in it. Some people say they want, some people pretend to be it, but they still think in their evil ways. That's when you'll get like a lot of spiritual narcissists, a lot of religious narcissists, people that want to give off the image that they are a good person, but are still committing like a lot of sins in secret. They wolves in sheep's clothing, exactly. A lot of you guys probably got like traumatized by like some spiritual narcissist or a religious narcissist. If you guys have, drop ones in the chat. Someone that traumatized you, and then the next day they were still posting like religious quotes or spiritual quotes. They just did you in like the worst way yesterday, but they're posting on social media like, why can't we all get along? The world is full of hate. You be on your phone watching this like, hey, there's no way. Like, what is going on? You have to look like, all right, this is probably like a different profile. You click the profile, it's like, no, 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 that's them. Why are they saying this? And they know that you're following them. They know you're gonna see that. So at that point, it feels like trolling. Appreciate the heart, man. Yeah, and that's when you guys are able to see that all these things are just titles and whatnot. It's best to kind of just read energy. Yeah, we can have these titles, but one thing you're going to realize in this reality is the world is a stage. Everyone is pretending. So you got to watch what people do instead of what they say. And a lot of times what people do is just going to contradict what they are saying. What's up? Oop. People will smile in your face, say, I'll never do that to you. They will try to empathize with you and try to make it seem like they go through the same things as you and then still end up doing you the same way. But when you have discernment and you still allow them to do that, I hate to say it, but you were able to see it. So you kind of allowed that to happen to you. A lot of times you guys get signs that someone is not for you. You guys see the red flags, but then you start gaslighting yourself. You're like, there's no way. There's no way. Because also, too, this spiritual knowledge be throwing you guys off sometimes as well. Because you guys think that when you guys get to a certain point, there's no way you could run into another one of those individuals. And you also tell yourself, there is no way I'm experiencing this again. So because of that, you try to make excuses for that person. You're like, okay, I didn't see that the right way. Or maybe they were having an off day. Or maybe I'm just being paranoid. Hey, when you guys see it, you got to believe it. Hey, Razzie, appreciate it. Because if you guys ignore that one red flag, it's going to get worse and worse. God is going to reveal the red flag. And if you ignore it, God's going to be like, okay, let me do another one. It gets a little bit worse. You see it, you make another excuse. God's like, all right, do you just want to get traumatized? And God's like, all right, one last one. Throws the last red flag. And yeah, you get a little thrown off by that one, but you still make an excuse. And now God's like, all right, I tried. So now I got to let them traumatize you so you can realize that you're not supposed to be around them. The universe, God, source, the all will always give you the chance to walk away by yourself. But if you don't walk away, they're going to traumatize you in a way where you're forced to cut them off at that point and there's no going back. And that's just not with people, that's with environments as well. A lot of you guys be staying at these jobs way too long. And we got to talk about that cuz you guys, if you do that, you guys haven't mastered detachment yet. You guys are still attached. Some of you guys be thinking this job is the best job ever and you're never going to find another job like this ever again. You guys got to be a lot more abundant and you guys got to practice the law of detachment because I guarantee whatever job you're at where they are tormenting you and traumatizing you, why do you think that a job that's traumatizing you, you can't find any better than that? That is because you've been conditioned to accept the abuse. Yes, you are a strong person, but just because you are strong doesn't mean you need to stay up in there. They put you in a box, facts. You was fired, you should have left sooner. And that's what happened to me in the past as well. I got to a job, I got comfortable. I'm like, oh, the pay is good. They're not really on me like that. I'm like, oh, this is amazing. But then also, too, you guys are here for a bigger purpose. So sometimes the job really do be targeting you, but a lot of times too, God uses them to get you out of there because God knows that if He didn't do anything, you probably would have still stayed there. If I didn't keep getting fired over and over, I wouldn't be even on social media. I would still be at that job thinking to myself like, "Hey, this $25 an hour is amazing. I've never got paid this before. I'm gonna stay here." And God is not gonna let you get comfortable at all. Once you start getting a little bit comfortable, God's like, "All right, let's pull you out of there. Pull you out of there." So I'm saying a lot of these jobs, you can only really last with them like 3 to 6 months. And if you guys are at a job past 6 months when you're on this journey, I just know you're probably going through like a lot of BS. Just like how you deal with narcs, they will poke at you for a reaction. These jobs will do the same thing to you. You make me feel like Cinderella all the time. What's up, user? Everything becomes extremely clear after a fast. Facts. So I always recommend if you guys are stuck in a soul tie, these fasts will show you what you got to do and will expose that person to you as well. Constance, what's up? How are you? Sophia says I have a hard time letting go. It gets easier the more you do it over time. Especially like when we think and move the way that we move, we want to make things work. We want to fix things with people. We want to believe that we want to see the good in everybody. That'd be a test for us. It's like once you do it a lot of times, even though it'll still hurt, it gets easier and easier. They are exposing themselves every day. It's crazy. You don't really have to do anything, right? Like I be saying, we don't want to expose people. We just be like, yo, I didn't see anything. I'm minding my business. But then they're like, no, I must battle you. You know who I am. I gotta take you down. Like, all right, okay. I warned you, but okay, we can go to battle. And then they end up exposing themselves by being a straight up hater on you and not being in control of their demons. And you will see like a lot of people waste like so many resources, time, and attention to try to take you out. And then you think to yourself, like, man, if you put that energy into your life, you can be one of the greats, honestly, with all this attention like you're putting on me right now. You be thinking these like some of these people have jobs, like the amount of like time and effort they put into like stalking you, attacking you. Like this is actually insane. A roof appreciate the follow. Hey, have you guys ever ran into like how would I call it? Like false prophets or like false chosen ones or stuff like that? Another thing you're gonna do on this path is expose those types of people. Appreciate the heart, man. and you will expose those people and you will make them give up their whole belief system. Like, it's insane. People think they're this, then they run into you and see you're the real deal, and now you make them question their whole reality. You guys probably don't notice, but you guys give like a lot of people identity crises where you make them like you make these people really like start freaking out like when they're by themselves. And once again, you guys don't really be doing anything to these people. You just be yourself. Being real around people that's pretending to be what you are, they hate that, honestly, because they get scared. They're like, "Oh, this person's going to expose me one of these days." And once again, we're not trying to expose anybody. Your own fear is making you do that. These demons, they vibrate low, and when you vibrate low, you experience lower vibrational emotions. So they feel a lot of fear, they feel a lot of shame, a lot of guilt, and they'll try to project that onto you. And they glitch up. I encounter a lot of witches and warlocks. They basically just tell me. Yeah, another thing you guys are gonna see on this path is you hit a frequency where people just snitch on themselves like all the time. Like, yeah, for some people, you gotta just watch them and see what they do. Some people just tell you who they are, like, immediately. And that used to kind of throw me off, but that's one of your gifts as well. If that happens to you guys, drop ones in the chat. Like, they basically be saying, like, they'll tell you out loud, like, yeah, I just manipulated this person yesterday, or yeah, this is something I do, this and that. And you be thinking to yourself, like, why did you just admit that to me right now? And they think that you're not gonna like be wary if they admit something like that to you, because what they do on their free time, like, you guys got to accept that you're not the exception to the rule. Don't think that if they're letting you know that they're traumatizing all these people, they're doing this, they're doing that, don't think they're not going to do it to you, because what is different about you? Like, why are you the first one that they're gonna change their ways for you? They'll be like, yeah, I just manipulated this person yesterday, and you be thinking to yourself, damn, I'm your next victim. And Lord behold, they try to do it's like as soon as they expose themselves, they try to do it to you at a later point, maybe a day later, a week later. And now that they gave you that information, because another thing is your pattern recognition is going to be off the charts. And yeah, sometimes you guys be forgetting stuff like your elephant memory is like kind of like crazy, because you be forgetting some things, but some things you really keep it in your memory. And when they snitch on themselves, you remember something they said like 3 months ago. Hey, Love Star, appreciate you. You remember something they said like 3 months ago. You put it together for what they're doing right now, and you're like, oh wow, they are really trying to manipulate me right now. And then it hit me years later. Even years ago, facts. It's very rare when like someone will know that they kind of gave themselves away. In those rare instances when they know that they gave themselves away, you can see the visible panic on their face. And then they think to themselves, like, did they catch on? And then you guys are so unpredictable. You guys are so desensitized to this path. You guys don't even give it away in your face. You guys just stay straight face. You're like, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. The whole time you're thinking, like, you just broke it, the whole thing down in your head. And then they be thinking to themselves, like, oh, they didn't see it. Yes, I can keep manipulating them. And then they find out at a later date that you knew that whole time. And then they're embarrassed. And then now they don't want to be around you anymore. Yo, this journey gets pretty fun when you get to the other side. Like, when we didn't know what was going on, then now that stuff was horrible. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. When we was growing up and taking everything at face value, that was like the worst time of our lives. Family was manipulating us, friends was manipulating us. We were like, all right, okay, at least I got my relationship partner. They manipulated you, cheated on you, and all this stuff. Now that you kind of see through this matrix, this stuff is low key kind of fun sometimes. Yes, it's still annoying because people be trying to like play with your intelligence. and they think that like you're like very like you're really slow. That's the paradox of it. Like you play dumb, and yes, it's cool because you get to catch them in a trap or something. But then it's still crazy because they really think you're dumb. So it's like that double-edged sword. And then sometimes you be thinking like your acting skills aren't that great because you knew if the roles were reversed, there's no way they can really think I'm that dumb. They really do believe it. It's insane. And you're like, all right, you only have yourself to blame for what comes next. They're bad actors, facts. They buy it exactly. And then they get mad, but then if they wasn't doing anything shady, you wouldn't have had to do it. You guys have one rule, and that rule is come authentic, come normal, come regular, and everyone seems to be breaking that rule. So it's very like rare when you meet someone that just comes around you and is just like a normal person. So rare that at this point, when I meet a normal person, they really be throwing me off. I be watching them. I'm like, all right, what trick is here? What's coming my way? And they just be normal. I'm like, oh damn, a normal person in the wild. I never thought this was gonna happen. Because when you grow up your whole life surrounded by packs of narcissists, getting attacked and hunted down your whole life, you be on guard. You be like, what else is coming my way? Stoicism will help you move smoothly. Facts. I can't trust nobody. That is a fact. There's very few people you can trust out there. And this is a Truman Show. So when you move like that, people will try to shame you into being their next victim. It's insane. Don't let people know that like these things happen to you because then they're gonna be like, oh, you just have trust issues. Not everyone is like that. The same ones that is telling you that are the same ones that's gonna do you worse than anyone ever did in your life. Hey, Risky, appreciate the galaxy. Thank you. Was that like six galaxies in the stream? Thank you guys. But yeah, people will try to shame you, like, and that's just like a manipulation tactic because once again, they're trying to play into the fact that you are empathetic and that you're trying to understand people. So it'd be like, oh, you just have trust issues. Or man, not everyone is like that. Like, come on now. And then those be the same people that be doing you in. Uh Katrina, appreciate it. Because also too, trust has to be earned. And if people don't want to earn your trust and they want to jump straight to you trusting them and they get offended that you don't trust them, that's like a big sign you are dealing with a demon because there's no reason you should meet someone off the first, like off rip, and then you're opening up about all these deep things. Trust comes with people coming into your life. You vet them out. You're like, oh, okay, you're normal, and then we kind of go from there. But when you guys are on this journey too sensitive, apparently, facts. When you guys are on this journey, people will want to move very, very fast with you. And people love bombing you, people trying to get you to trust them extremely fast. All of that is just like witchcraft. They're trying to manipulate you to drop your guard so they can get you in their life and they can start all the funny stuff. Alyssa, appreciate the follow. That's why honey traps, warlocks, succubus, they will try to get you to sleep with them like very, very fast. Because if they do that, they are going to be able to initiate that soul tie. And when they initiate that soul tie, love is blind. You just throw discernment out the window. You guys got to be very careful. Just don't be sleeping around with just anybody. SMEX stands for Sacred Energy Exchange. That's why I be making those SMEXmatic videos. You have SMEX with the wrong person, that can quite literally ruin your life, to be honest. Everything was going well. Job was booming. You was making money. You was happy, smiling. Got over your last heartbreak. You sleep with this one person. Now you're battling anxiety, depression. You're battling demons that you didn't even know you had. And that's because that wasn't your demon. You just picked it up on the other person. And then that person that was depressed, that person that didn't like was just like, "Oh my god, I hate life." Now they're happy. Now they're walking with a spring in their step. Now they're smiling a little bit more, and you just became the victim of Smex's magic and of someone trying to do a a destiny swap on you. And that's off of one time. Some of you guys get into relationships with these people because it's like a spectrum to being a demon. There's some demons that will like just try to bother you one time and that will be it. There's some demons that get very greedy. They will try to drain you for all that you have. And it's pretty scary seeing that. They will drain you, drain you, drain you. You start looking like a different person. You can't get out of bed because you're so depressed. You can't go to the gym. You get fired from your job. And then when you need that energy back, when you need to lean on that person for support, now they're nowhere to be found. Now they're nowhere to be found because they only loved you on a conditional basis. And some of these demons, they try to make it seem like you need them. They probably tell you like, "I'm doing this for you. I'm doing that for you." Whole time that you are the one that's providing your energy, and your energy is a gold mine. And when you no longer have said energy, they will discard you and they're on to the next. And how you know you was dealing with a honey trap or a succubus is they're never single. It's crazy. They're always around like another victim or something. If you guys have noticed that, drop ones in the chat. Like even before you, like if you paid attention to the pattern, like they're always with somebody. Sometimes even with you, they probably just broke up with that person to be with you. Then they left you, went to another person. If people are doing that, they have a demon in them and they can't be alone with that demon for long because it's driving them insane. It's making them depressed. And that's how demons kind of like hop into these people. It makes them do something that will alleviate the pain that they're going through for a short time. But demons, when they do alleviate that pain, it always comes back. So that's why they have to constantly be around other people to siphon them of their energy. Someone asked earlier, can you call your power back? Of course. Any of these demons that are traumatizing you guys, they are making you feel like you're powerless. But in all honesty, it's your energy that's making this whole thing work. If you guys walk away from those people, you call your power back and you stay away from them, that person that was doing that to you, their life is going to start going downhill. A lot of times these people don't get their karma because you stay around them. And if you stay around them, you're showing the universe that like, hey, they are forgiven. But as soon as you take your energy back, you no longer are an umbrella that is shielding them from the karma. That's why like you would walk away from somebody and they'll make you out to be the issue. They'll be like, you're never going to find anyone like me. You're this, you're that. But as soon as you stay away from them, now they're trying to come back into your life. Now they keep hitting you up. Now they're calling you a lot. You block them. They call you from another number. They let you know like, hey, I changed. I'm a better person. Do know that when they do that, that's just them putting on another mask to try to get you back. And God is using you, or that's a test in real time. Will you let that person back into your life and allow the story to continue of you getting traumatized? Or will you learn the lesson and elevate and quantum jump into your next reality? It's going to be hard too, because don't get me wrong. Even though that person was a demon, even though that person traumatized you, you still was with that person. So you still have that attachment to that person. But I'll let you know that the longer you stay no contact with them, the easier it's going to become. A lot of people don't talk about that. Like, I can say this, and it's easier said than done. A lot of us was in situations with people that we were probably in that situation longer than we should have been. because you guys were under a witchcraft spell. You were seeing them as someone that they weren't. They played in on your limerence. You saw the good within them instead of who they actually were, and they took advantage of that. Your friends and family probably told you, like, I don't think that's the person for you. And you probably got offended. You're like, what are you talking about? You're probably jealous. You don't know him. You don't know her like I know them. They're just going through something. That's just how these witchcraft spells go and whatnot. And that's why these like honey traps try to isolate you from your family members and your friends, because they know that's like an outside source that can help you see what's going on. At least for some of you guys have people around you that do not care about you at all. And it's just like watching you get traumatized from afar. But there's some people out there that will say something. And then it's confusing as well, too, because sometimes you don't know when it's coming from a genuine place. Because sometimes people will speak on your relationship because they're jealous as well. So that's another thing to look out for. Monitoring spirits that hates that you're happy. And that's like a whole nother situation to talk about. A lot of stuff to look out for. This is crazy. I've been talking for like almost 3 hours and the rabbit hole goes deeper and deeper. But if you guys are in here, I do appreciate the support. You guys are amazing. This is a spiritual warfare chat. If you guys have questions, drop it down below and I will try my best to answer. You call them out on their behavior, then they call you crazy. Facts. It's very rare when you will call someone out on their behavior and they'll be like, oh, you know what? I was manipulating you. You got me. You got me. You got me. Remember, these people operate in the darkness. We're in the Truman Show where these people are playing the Hunger Games. And in these Hunger Games, there's one rule. You don't talk about the game. You don't try to expose it. So when you're a truth teller and you're walking out here and you're like, yo, you're doing this, it's like, no, everyone's going to pretend like they don't see it. And they will also have other people that is in on it as well that will gaslight you. So you guys have to get to the point where you see it and you just move accordingly. Fight Club, exactly. And what's the rule of Fight Club, guys? We don't talk about it. That's why you guys can only really talk about this on here, where other people are going through it and other truth tellers. If you try to go out there and speak of these things, man, it's so much energy that's trying to gaslight you. You start thinking to yourself, like, am I crazy? You guys probably have moments out there too where you're like, damn, like maybe I am crazy. And then you get online, you're like, okay, I'm back. I'm back. Some of you guys need a boost like right every day to keep you in good spirits, but that gets better over time. I was fighting myself like a long time when I first awakened, because a lot of this stuff is like very like unbelievable, to be honest. Ascendi, thank you. You got to understand, you were thinking one way for a large period of your life. So to think that way, then go to seeing the truth, you're gonna think you're crazy. It's like your new self is fighting your old self, and it's this constant pull. Sometimes you're like, I know what I'm seeing, I'm correct. Then you have other times where like, oh no, I'm crazy. Like, I don't know, like I'm not seeing things right. You just got to fight that. Like eventually that stables out. It's just hard though when you have people that's constantly trying to convince you that you're crazy. And that's the job of an NPC. But you hit a certain frequency where you're like, you don't really care about what people say about you anymore. And that's kind of like where I'm at in the journey. When I was first doing the social media, I'll probably get like one comment or something where someone would say I'm crazy. I'm like, am I crazy? Now I can have like the whole internet going against me. I'm still going to talk about this, honestly. And if you guys can only see my DMs, you guys will see how much people is trying to stop me. Agent Smith's coming up in my inbox. every 2 weeks, it seems like he glitches, comes another argument. I love that word glitch is a real thing. Like it's a phrase that we use because it's the perfect term. Like you really do see these people glitch out. Well, Wine. Emily, appreciate it. Yeah, because some people don't have pattern recognition, so you can try to explain to other people how your discernment works, but it will be like you're just speaking like a whole different language. Like, let's say you have like a narcissist that you were able to discern like at your job or something. Let's say you went to a coworker and tried to let them know based on what your discernment saw. You will probably say that, hey, look, on April 3rd, they said this. And then on May 2nd, they did this, which confirmed the thing on April. But then get this, on June, it brought it all together. They will look at you like you're crazy. Like, what are you talking about? Their brain doesn't work like yours. And they also don't have the information that you have. You got to a certain frequency and went through certain things that allows you to see through the veil, and other people aren't there, and you got to just kind of meet people where they're at. That's why if you're trying to like expose narcissists out there, you will run into like a lot of issues. My best piece of advice is act like you don't know anything. A lot of you guys have already mastered playing dumb. It kind of works both ways too, because just as people will tell on themselves all the time, you got to understand you can't pretend forever. So even though you play dumb, that narcissist is going to sense that you know something. They might not know as deep as you know, but you're not acting like everybody else, where everybody's laughing at the fake jokes, where everyone is kind of trying to maintain the illusion. They're going to sense something about you. And once they know that you know, they're going to start doing little weird things to make your life hard. But when they start doing it, you can like now you like you'll be able to know like, oh, this person knows I know. A user, appreciate it. This happened to me at work. I had to defend myself with the facts. Man, when you guys go through this stuff at work, I feel for you guys. This matrix tells you you have to work this 9 to 5 to make your money. And honestly, a 9 to 5, if it was just going up in there and doing your job, it honestly wouldn't be a bad thing. It's the fact that I appreciate that. It's the fact that you got to go in there and start having these spiritual battles, which makes it horrible. You be up in there just trying to make your money, and then people are doing hexes on you, curses, grouping up on you, and it makes you mad. Like, man, damn, like I don't want to be here. And then they know you're like reliant on it. They know you're forced to come here, and they try to take advantage of that. Work puts you in low frequency no matter what stress. Exactly. Why do you guys think that when you guys go to your 9 to 5, you feel depressed when you go home or you feel tired, even if you're not doing a heavy, intensive job? You could probably just be in a cubicle, just sitting down the whole time. And as soon as you get home, you still feel like drained or something. Authenticity is one of the highest frequencies. And if you're in an environment for too long where you can't be yourself, that's going to drain you over time, because it's a cage. Facts. I don't even say anything and I get targeted. Hey, welcome to the club. Just that we know what you be going through. Yeah, 9 to 5 is an energy harvesting system. This matrix has a lot of energy harvesting things in order to drain you of said energy, take your attention and your time. You guys all have a purpose on this planet, whether you believe it or not. And these jobs, these people are put here to distract you. Once you guys kind of make it out of like some of these like energy harvesting systems, you're going to realize that it was never as hard as like other people made it. If you guys think to yourself right now, to quit my job and be an entrepreneur, it's going to be very hard. I'm going to have to do this, that. That is a program that you're going to have to try to break. If you look in society, there's less capable people than you that is making like millions of dollars. because they just believe in themselves and whatnot. When you start doing this stuff, you're like, oh, this is easy. When someone gives you when someone gives you money, like probably like $100 or 150 for like an hour, when you did barely anything, you're gonna start realizing, oh, this whole stuff was fake off the jump. Because these jobs, like they're what they give for minimum wage and what they pay you an hour, that's not a living wage at all. They're kind of just trolling in our faces at this point. Sometimes I be asking in these chats, what is the minimum wage? Some of you guys be saying $7, and that's like insane to me. Everyone in your city right now, like, what is the minimum wage in your city? The real. Catch you next time. Felix, exactly. And then you said exactly that. That's crazy. Synchronicity. 725 in Louisiana. Insane. 17, 15, 12, 16, 5. God damn. all of these minimum wages, we can even go up as far as like $30 an hour. None of that is like a living wage. And if you want a family, if you want to date, you can just like say goodbye to that. They have it set up where you're just like a slave to the system. And they have you believing that they are compensating you guys well for your time. When you guys are getting targeted by all these demons, when all these people are trying to drain you of your energy, you got to realize that they're doing that because your energy is a gold mine. Everyone wants your energy in order to manifest for themselves. So the fact that you have this gold mine energy within you that a lot of people are targeting you to get, that should show you that no 525 or $30 an hour is worth that energy for you. If a 9 to 5 was really to like compensate you for what your guys' energy is worth, I will say like probably like $250 an hour, $250 an hour for you guys' energy. That's how much your energy is worth. And that's on the low end, to be honest. You guys got to think of in terms of energy. So if you guys want to make more money, raise your frequency and raise your energy. Money is just energy at the end of the day. Instead of thinking, let me go work overtime at my job, fix your diet, change your thoughts, raise your frequency, and then money will start chasing you at that point. Yeah, the rich are draining dry, the low and mid-class soon. They will too have to drop their ways of life. Facts. It sucks how everyone thinks my intentions are bad and keeps me from socializing. Hey, Kilo, we were talking about that earlier. People will misunderstand your intentions because they don't know what it's like to think in a genuine way. People think that you have some ulterior motive when the whole time you're just trying to like be nice or something. And plus, too, a lot of people are traumatized, and I feel like it's getting worse. Once upon a time, they were just normal too, but everyone at this point, everyone is like play or be played. Sometimes someone wants to be normal in your life, but they're scared that you're going to traumatize them, so they try to beat you to the punch. The whole time, you didn't have no plan in your back of your pocket. You're just like, I just want a normal friend or a normal relationship partner. But they're so hypersensitive that you probably did one thing and they read it as, oh, this person's about to traumatize me. Attack, attack. It's crazy. Or take your kindness for weakness. That used to annoy me until now. I think it's funny because when they take your kindness for weakness, it's always fun to see how they react when you show them you have that side of you that you could turn on. I'm telling you, this life is like high school. Narcissists are just overgrown kids. So when they take your kindness for weakness and you poke them a little bit, like you have a narcissist trying to jump you, they'll be like, and they just keep doing it because they don't think you're gonna do anything back. When they're doing that like repeatedly and you poke them just a little bit, poke back, now they're crying, and now you're the worst person in the world. And now they're telling everyone you're this evil warlord that's trying to take over the world or something. And that goes to show you how much of a victim mindset these people have. And that's why I be saying it's funny sometimes when you do poke back. And they will never forget you, like how scared you made them. They'll be in their bed like shivering, like that was spooky. Mandolin, appreciate the follow. So for some of you guys can wait. You guys are divinely protected. Sometimes though, like God, like is not telling you to just roll over in every situation. Sometimes you got to show them you're not to be played with. You guys are spiritual warriors. Appreciate the follow. Thank you. Bro, this stuff is really funny. Once you guys can get to that mindset, you guys will do fine in this life. Before, when you guys took all of this serious and like, why are they doing this to me? Oh my God. That's when it's like, it feels horrible. But now that you know what's going on, you know, like these people are just overgrown kids. You don't take it as serious. It does become very funny. Annoying at times, but ultimately it's funny. I feel bad for laughing. They didn't feel bad when they was trying to traumatize you. It's cool to be an empath. You gotta get to a point where you're selective with your empathy, understanding that not everyone deserves your empathy. Not everyone deserves you to be understanding. Lions don't worry about the opinions of sheep. Facts. I noticed once I stopped stressing, I look better. Yeah, once you guys get away from the demons, you realize you're starting to look younger. Your skin is just glowing. You're abstaining from the negativity. A lot of these demons get around you to drain you of your youth. They fed off the ooh, that's a bar, Paulette. Definitely. Benjamin Button, exactly. You be aging backwards up in here. You get with the wrong person, guys, you guys won't even recognize yourself. You will look in the mirror, compare yourself at how you looked when you were with that person to like when you got away. That's always like that always shows who was the issue in the relationship. You have one person, they walk away from the individual, they go straight into self improvement, eating healthier, drinking water, being in the gym. That person hops into like another person. And if they don't find a person, they start like aging. They start looking very stressed out. And then you just start looking better because you're no longer around the thing that was draining you. Miss T, appreciate the follow. Better gut health. Exactly. Breath, appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate the heart meat. Thank you. Then the sickness that comes with dating a narcissist. Yeah, there's a lot of things that doesn't get talked about with dating a narcissist, but they can literally give you physical symptoms of like feeling sick or whatnot. And a lot of times too, that's like your that could be your intuition as well. Some people they get intuitive messages from like how they're feeling. So if you start feeling a physical sensation around somebody, it's a good chance you're probably around a demon. They make your body inflamed. Exactly. I literally left this house and felt better. That's how it be. And it's not even just with like a narcissist you were dating. Sometimes you guys grew up with narcissists and you just was used to feeling depressed, used to feeling down. As soon as you left like your family's house, you just felt amazing. You're like, oh wow, I feel at peace. I don't have anxiety anymore. I'm not walking on eggshells. So environments is everything, guys. Sometimes you guys are around environments that are trying to like stomp you down, like snuff you out. Sometimes a change of environment is all there is to it. Toxic jobs as well. If you're getting to the point where you have anxiety before you move into before you go to your job, it's probably time to walk away from that. walk away from that place. Health over wealth. There's no reason you should be scared to go into work because someone's trying to traumatize you. The manager is power tripping or something like that. And understand that if you're truly divinely protected, you're probably not going to believe me because you're not there yet. But if you quit that job, your bills will be taken care of and you will figure it out when you have that ultimate belief. But a lot of you guys are programmed to think that no, you have to be here to make this money to pay your bills, which is a witchcraft spell. Hey, Paulette, she says she's staying single for the foreseeable future. Sounds like a peaceful life to me. Environment is key. Facts. Money will literally show up at your mailbox. T. Scott knows what's up. That's what happened to me. Like, I got fired from a job, and I'm like, what am I gonna do? This is crazy. I won't be able to pay my bills. Literally, someone I stopped talking to, like I had no type of relationship with them, literally showed up at my front door and just gave me money. So I'm like, you never know what can happen for you. Don't think inside of a box. Have your goals, think as far as you can, and do know you're probably going to get there in an unorthodox way, but you just got to be in the flow of the universe. You quit, you checked your account, and you had 1,500. God bless. Do I have any tattoos related to my content? Not really. I'm really impulsive with my tattoos. Probably 1111. Got the Sharingan eye on my hand that kind of like represents kind of seeing through this veil and this reality. Aside from that, nah. 5K payout after your last hunt. I love when you guys say stuff like that. Trust me, guys, we are all kind of going through the same things. So when you guys are winning, that makes me happy on the inside as well. When you guys shift into another reality, quantum jump, that's a win for the collective, honestly. And we just got to lead by example because you have someone out there that is probably just awakening and you guys know how it felt when you first awakened. Probably like the worst time of your life. But if we keep kind of just moving by example, not crashing out, staying calm, we ultimately we influence like the next people coming into this. Michael, appreciate it. But that's why the name of my channel is called You're Not Alone. I truly felt like I was by myself when I first awakened. I was literally ready to live my life as like a crazy person. I'm like, why is no one else thinking like this? Why am I questioning things that no one else is questioning? All right, I'm crazy. All that trauma finally got to me. It took me like a year for me to be like, okay, this is probably something. XL, appreciate it. OU, I got you. Remember, you don't got to do anything. They expose themselves. And the Truman Show is like a lot more interesting when you do that anyway. Uh, we hate the fact that we're in a Truman Show, but sometimes it is entertaining. When you watch an actor of the Truman Show just go and expose themselves, not gonna lie, that stuff is like very interesting. And it never fails. It's just like always the same. It's just some weird way they're trying to expose you, but expose themselves like in the process. The Truman Show is basically like a analogy. It's like a movie, and in that movie, it was with Jim Carrey, where everyone in his life was like an actor. So his reality wasn't real, and that's just like an analogy for real life, where all these people, the world is a stage. People are running off of programs and are not real people. 3-year relationship with a narcissist, and after she left, it was like I had come out of a spell or something, like I had been brainwashed. That's pretty much what you are. If you guys were in a relationship with a narcissist, they had you under witchcraft, and that's why you weren't able to see what they were doing. And when you walked away from that person and you called your power back, then you start to see through the spell. Now you start to think in the past and you start putting things together. You were like they were always showing you who they were from the very beginning. That's why it's an amazing thing when people call their power back. And I love seeing that in real time as well. Also, everyone in here, I do one-on-ones, tap in, link in the bio. But when you see people that are under the spell of somebody else, you see how lost, confused they look. And then when they take their power back, you just see how empowered they are. And that's a beautiful thing, to be honest. The person that was manipulating you and ruining your life, they no longer have control over you. And now you're finally free to be who you want to be. Damn, 16 years with a covert narc. Just got separated from her 3 weeks ago. Congratulations. I know it's going to hurt right now, but it will get better over time. A covert narc, I hate those people. I'm so much. I'm sorry. Covert narcs are so sneaky. They play the part very, very well. That's where you got to like pay attention a little bit more. Like other narcs will like say something, you're like, oh, this is a narcissist. Covert narcs, you got to pay attention just a little bit more. But as soon as like you lock in, you'll be able to see it. And it's just annoying because like everyone, yeah, all narcs had people wrapped around their thumb. Covert narcs, though, they just get away with a lot of stuff. They're always like extra preppy too. Like they're like extra love and light. They kind of try to ignore their like shadows. That's what kind of be giving them away to me. Like if you completely ignore your shadow, that kind of shows something's going on. Never saw the Book of Eli. Extra, I'm telling you, extra love and light. They're doing their best to pretend. How do you deal with G stalkers? You just gotta ignore them. Once again, don't think that you gotta be like, I gotta expose them. I have proof. People are gonna believe me. Nah, these people have been doing this for a minute. You just gotta see it, peep it, and just kind of move accordingly. And remember, guys, I went through it, so you don't have to. When I say don't do something, do know I tried it myself and it went very horrible. I've had G stalkers where I tried confronting them. I was like, man, are you doing this? And the way they will gaslight you is just so disrespectful. Because they'll take the stuff to the grave, even if you have like a if you have proof or whatnot. Emine, Emine, appreciate it. Thank you. Chad, appreciate it. The disrespect goes so hard. Exactly. How to deal with energy vampires? You don't. If you're forced to be around one, boundaries, boundaries, boundaries. Ignore gray rock, things of that nature. And if they get under your skin, go connect with nature. OMG, I'm sorry. It's all good. It's like a long time ago. Awaken, that's fire, honestly. I have seen Everybody Hates Chris. Amazing show. Gray rock is like what the name is saying. You basically become a rock to these people. So when they start being toxic, they start attacking you, just start giving them one word responses. Just don't allow them to have access to your energy. Don't react exactly. 32 years with the covert narc, 4+ years divorce. It gets better. Damn, it's a long time. The best thing to know though, like it's being in the present, and you did say it does get better, so that's giving motivation to other people. But as long as you were with a narcissist, now at least now you know, and now you have the chance to make your future way better. Also, think about how many people are out there that is still with the narcissist and they don't have any idea what is going on. You probably have a friend right now that is with a narcissist, but you know you can't tell them anything because they won't believe you. So I'd be thankful for this information because now I'm able to see it and just move accordingly. It's very hard for people to gaslight you now, like when you have the information. Not us exactly. To partake in treating us lesser. Do you have to stay at that job? 5 years celibate and you're never going back? Life is just so much better when you're celibate. When you don't got some lustful demon trying to take you out. Yeah, that sounds like a cool movie, but I prefer the peace, to be honest. If that's something you guys want to be a part of to make the plot a little bit more interesting in your life, go for it. I'm on the side of peace and I'm in the house. Does energy vampires know that they are energy vampires? Nah, a majority of them don't even know what they are doing. Peace over drama, facts. Someone said it last stream and it was the perfect description. But dealing with these honey traps or these succubus is like that movie Jennifer's Body. You guys remember that movie with Megan Fox? That's like the perfect representation of how they be moving out there. So I was thinking they really don't know. Yeah, it's like a spectrum. The people at the top of this matrix, they basically are energy vampires. They're just warlocks that know how to manipulate the system. When you come to the other side of the spectrum, it's just people that they just pull on your energy and they don't know what they're doing. Hey, but I'm gonna get out of here, guys. This has been a cool stream. Inside hoping for a live facts. Jennifer, appreciate the rose. But yeah, I'm gonna get out of here, guys. If you are here on my YouTube stream, or everyone in general, go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube. If you just came in here and missed the stream, it will be up on there. On TikTok, shoot me a follow. I go live almost every single day. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. I had a good time. It's always cool catching up with you guys. Ali Beto, appreciate the follow, and I appreciate the heart, man. But yeah, I am out of here, guys. Peace.